Hello and welcome along to this Anfield Agenda watch along. Of course, I am not Craig. Craig is not here today. We will get into it. I'm sure the chat will be nothing but questions about Craig for the next 2.5 hours or so. But look, we will discuss it. We will discuss the game. Thankfully, we have some team news, which is actually quite good. We have Mohamed Salah is starting. We have that confirmed. Alisson Becker is back in the lineup. And Andy Robertson is starting as well in his final game for Liverpool. Hopefully not Alisson's final game, but at least we are getting the farewell for Mo Salah and Andy Robertson. And do let me know what you think on the starting lineups, score predictions, all that. I will get into the Craig stuff as well, of course, but just want to say hello to everyone in the chat first. If you don't know me, my name is Connor. Do videos most mornings here on the channel, here on podcasts and stuff as well. But anyway, yes, welcome in. Good to be back on live. Haven't been live for a long time. I done the game back in, when was it? Was it October? We played United. I was live for that game. And then we had one of the Champions League draws I was live for. Not really my comfort zone, but look, we're going away today. We'll see how it goes. How is everyone? Let me just get the lineup on screen. So, let's go through the lineups then. So, Alisson Becker in goal, Curtis Jones at right back, Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk in the centre back positions, Andy Robertson left back, the midfield then of Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Rio Ngamoha starts on the left, thank God. We don't have to look at, well, I was going to say Cody Gakpo on the left, but Cody Gakpo is up front, and Mo Salah is starting on the right. Isak makes the bench, Florian Wirtz is also on the bench. Isak does seem to be kind of, he was training, I think, during the week, or like the last couple of days of the week, but he's not quite fit enough to start, so we are where we are with that one. Right, first super chat of the day then. The Wonder Man said, "Afternoon, Connor. I do, and I don't want us to win today, as I feel like maybe that's just us not being in the champs will be the thing that gets him gone. Even if we don't win today, it'll take a massive swing. I think is it 6 goals? I think is the difference. Like basically, and there is a scenario by the way, where we have to go for a playoff. So if Bournemouth win 5-0 today and we lose 1-0, it goes to a playoff game, and this season is still not over. So let's pray to God that doesn't happen. But I don't see any situations today where we don't qualify. It will take a massive, massive swing for us not getting to the top 5 at this point, and I just can't see it, to be honest. So, moving on then to Rob Dance, thank you very much for your super chat. Said, pair character stretching. Oh, it's an emoji, fair enough. Thank you very much for that. John Erdinger said, "Good morning, Connor. Good morning, John. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Send Craig our love. I will do, of course. And we've gotten so many emails and messages and stuff as well, sending support for Craig, and I'm sure he is happy to see all that. But yeah, thank you very much for sending in that in. Mitchell Monroe, love your news shows, mate. Can't wait for the stream. Thank you very much. It's been good getting used to them. Like I think I've done like nearly every morning now for the past 6 or 8 months, and I'm getting into it. Like I'm a bit more comfortable with it. I'm a lot more comfortable with stuff like this now than I was a few months back as well. So thank you very much for your support, and everyone else who watches the videos. It is always much appreciated. Andy with another super sticker. Thank you very much. Galileo, your comment hasn't come up just yet. It's going to be very difficult against Brentford, according to Galileo. I think like Brentford still have a bit to play for, don't they? Let me just check the league table quite quickly here. So, where are we at with Brentford? I believe they're still playing for European football, off the top of my head. Let me get the table up. So, Brentford are 7 points behind us, 52 points, level with Chelsea, 1 behind Brighton. So, Brentford have something to play for here. They will come here looking to win. I'm sure, look, we have to get over the line, not get absolutely smashed, basically, is the aim of today. But like yeah, Brentford are going to be up for this. Brentford will want to spoil the party, let's say, of our farewell for Mo and everyone as well. So not going to be an easy game, but here we go. Like we just surely we don't lose by more than 4 or 5, or like Bournemouth don't win by like 10 goals or anything. Like I can't see a scenario where that happens. But look, cut to me later on going viral because we've lost 10-0. Who knows? Sorry, I'm just getting used to the back system here with the comments. Okay, so here we go. From Itachi said, "Sending love to Craig. Let's end this pathetic season together. Arna has to go." Completely agree on that. I just at this point, like, and I suppose I should get into all this. So let me just let's put that chat away for a minute. So just slow information. Look, I feel as bad as Craig does in this, and like Craig said in that video the other night that like it's all his fault and put the blame on him. But like, please, by all means, blame me as much as Craig, because I said the same information. I fully believe that information to be correct. Like it wasn't like, I feel like when people say like sources, people presume it's like, oh well, he's claiming to know Richard Hughes's gardener or something. He's overheard something. It's not like that. It was very much credible information coming from very credible people. But yeah, look, if it's a case of maybe it is still correct, maybe there still is plans to get rid of him. Doesn't look like it at this point, but it was, I will stand over it. I swear to God, like he wasn't just inventing things. Like this was coming from very credible people, but it could just be a case of his Chinese whispers and stuff just kind of got slightly exaggerated as it came down the chain, or I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a late decision either. I know Chris Williams was highlighting the fact that there was very real and very, what was the word he used? Was very like there was a lot of thinking going around of like there was genuine discussions around replacing the manager, but at this current moment in time, it doesn't look like he's leaving, which I don't agree with it one bit, but it is what we are at the minute. It's just it's very depressing. But let's for today, let's just try to focus on some of the positives. Let's try give Mo and Andy a good send off and try to have some sort of positivity going into the summer because God knows we need it because we have been absolutely horrendous. And I don't back the decision one bit. I'm still Arne Slot out, but if it is a case of you staying, there's no point really focusing in on it too much. Like I said, for today, definitely, I'm just going to try get on with the game and um, just send the lads off for the summer now. Just like do the proper farewell and just move on from there. Rob Dan said he stays or not. Slot must go. Again, it's looking very likely he does stay at this point, which is disappointing. Bradley Warren, hi Connor, tell Craig we're all in together. Like he knows that as well. Like I've sent him on a few bits, and there's been like genuinely hundreds of emails. I've seen someone commenting beforehand saying about you sent an email, but like there's so many of them. I'm sorry I can't reply to them all, but Craig knows that he's supported. Craig knows hopefully that. I hope he knows. I hope he knows how much he is loved in his community, and everyone loves watching him. And one mistake like this shouldn't. I don't know he's taking it very much to heart, and even just one, he feels like he's misled people, and just the fact that Arne Slot looks like he's going to be here, like it's just so demoralising. So that's where we are really with this one. Someone said the audio is kind of low. Is it a bit low or is it okay? Let me know. I can turn it up slightly if it needs to be. I think it's not too bad, but please let me know if it's a bit low. Bring back Craig. Look, I don't know what the long-term future is, but again, today I'm just going to say Craig is feeling very upset about the situation at the minute. He's going to take a few days, reconsider everything, and just look, we'll figure it out. But again, today I don't have the answers. I'm genuinely in the same position as all of you guys. It's been a very stressful few days. I don't know what's happening long term, but again, let's just focus on today, focus on the game, and we'll get through it. What else have we got in the chat then? Paul Nilsson said, be great to qualify for Champions League, but if not, can we conduct ourselves as Liverpool fans of old and support a team to manager each other and the club? Let's show our support for Ireland today. Can't really get behind it too much, to be honest, like, 'cause I am just still annoyed over the fact that he is still here, but look, I will get behind the team. I really hope we win and just get the Champions League spot because we can't, I feel like we can't think like that. We can't think we want the team to lose or anything like that, but I can't get behind it really, to be honest. Christina said, Connor, I found also 4 other channels that said they were 99% sure he is gone, so we're not the only ones. We trust you guys. It's not often you have been a bit out. That's the thing, like, everything was pointing towards it. Even the fact that, like, David Ornstein, for instance, like, his information was going from Liverpool are behind him, he will be here, blah, 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 blah. But then in the last few days was very much, let's see what happens at Liverpool. Like, everything was pointing towards there being a decision made, and I don't know if it was a last minute change of heart. Did FSG just go, right, let's just back this. Let's get in your man Rynan as one of the new assistant coaches. Let's get in some new players over the summer. Let's get in the likes of Yan Diamonde maybe and a proper number 6 and see what happens then. But it's just so hard to see it just like getting any better, doesn't it? Like, and let me read out who was Michael Owen was speaking about, and Michael Owen, I don't really agree with a lot of what Michael Owen says, but he has warned that Arne Slot at a slow start the next season could cost him his job, and a top 4 finish is insufficient for Liverpool standards. Well, we're not even finishing top 4 at the current moment, top 5. But he said, first Slot, it's extremely rare for Liverpool fans to turn on their own manager, but I think right now a lot of fans would want to change. Liverpool normally don't swap managers as often as other clubs, and Slot does have credit for winning the league and likely scraping Champions League football. But that's not enough for Liverpool. It's not just about finishing 4th. I think he'll stay to start next season, but if results aren't good in the first 10 games or so, pressure will really ramp up. And that's where I'm at. Like, do you really see Arne Slot winning everyone around? Like, I think we probably will be slightly better next season. Like, get a few more signings in, let the new lads have that extra few months of just getting used to Liverpool, and the new lads will be settled in. Maybe we come back with a fresh mindset. Maybe a few changes in staff and stuff will help. But can anyone really see us like going on this mad run next year, winning the league, winning multiple trophies, or like just really getting the fans back on side? Like, it's the amount of like there's been multiple times now where Anfield have booed Arne Slot, and I feel like it takes a huge amount to come back from that. So I just I don't know how this turns around, but look, we are where we are. First time being an Everton fan today. Yes, so let's have a look at the other fixtures for today because there's a few interesting things going on around the Premier League today. So, Everton face Spurs, and at the current moment, West Ham are. Oh, we got. So they're 2 points behind Spurs. So we need Everton to beat Spurs and West Ham to beat Leeds. So if that happens, Spurs will go down. And do let me know, would you rather Spurs or West Ham go down? Because I kind of have a soft spot for West Ham. I don't really have anything too much against Spurs, but I think if Spurs went down, I'm here for it, just for the chaos alone, just for the absolute madness that would ensue if Spurs go down. But I don't really care all that much who goes down, but I am interested to see who does go down. So please keep you up to date with the scores as the games go on as well. Of course, then we have Crystal Palace Arsenal in the under 18s derby. I'm sure I haven't actually seen their lineups. Let's have a look. Yeah, both of them have gone fairly rotated. Two of them have European finals coming up during the week, so no shock there really. We have Burnley Wolves as well, the Battle of the Titans, 19 versus 20. That'll be interesting. But yeah, do keep me up to date in the chat as well of all the different scores. Let me just get back to the super chats then. So, Tipsy Dipsy said, "Hi Connor, be the last Liverpool game I watch personally until Slot is out the door. Be watching my local team Hull City in the Prem next season." Yeah, fair play to Hull for coming up as well, and what a bizarre situation the whole playoff thing was. The fact that like it was Hull that came up then as well, like after the whole Middlesbrough Southampton thing, and then Hull and managed to come up, and they're the ones that get up. But yeah, good to see Hull coming up. It does beg the question as well, like with them coming up, would Andy Robertson consider a return to Hull maybe? It'd be interesting to see like if he does go to Spurs if they stay up, but maybe there's an outside shout from going to Hull. But yeah, all the best to Hull anyway, and thank you very much for your super chat, Tipsy Dipsy. So Galileo said, "I hope Salah last game will not be like Stoke City." Yeah, let's hope not, because again, we just need to just get over the line today, get Champions League football. And a weird stat around that actually. So Stoke City, that game where we lost 6-1, is the last time Liverpool have lost on the final day of the season. Like that, it's been 10 years since it happened. So hopefully that's not a bad omen. On top of that, Brentford have not scored at Anfield since 1937, where they scored 4 goals in that game. So again, let's hope that's not an omen. Let's hope between the Brentford not scoring since then, and the fact that Stoke City was the last team to beat us in that absolutely trouncing 6-1. Let's just hope that doesn't happen today, basically. Let's just hope we do get over the line. Andrew Webb then said, "I'm with Craig, just disconnected with this manager, and owners have no clue. Can't recognise his team, so disconnected. Much love." Thank you very much, Andrew, for your super chat. It is a weird time, isn't it? It's like, it's such a shit situation to be in as a fan. Like, it's in like, if I've spoken to a few rival fans, and like a lot of them are very much like, how the hell is Arne Slot still in a job? But some are like, well, we won the league last year and you're in the Champions League again this year. Like, is it that big a deal? But like, it's from a really far out view. Yes, that's not the absolute end of the world. But when you look into it, like how bad we've been, like we've so many records this year we've beaten in the wrong sense. Like, there's so many things, like most amount of losses in a season, most amount of like 3-0 or 3-goal losses in a row, just the general style of play, the amount of times we've lost, like just everything. Like, just it's such a boring style of play. We're not getting results, and we're still being told that he's being backed. And again, I fail to believe that he's going to turn around dramatically. I think it can get slightly better. But I think like there is a world where Arne Slot turns around and makes us into like a Champions League team every year. But does anyone actually see Arne Slot making us into a team where we finish like first or second every year, where we're genuinely challenging every single season? Because I really don't. And the fact that the contract talks were stalled back in like January, and there's still been no talk of that just being extended. Like, do FSG really believe in him, or is it a case of maybe they don't think Andoni Iraola is good enough? Maybe they don't think Oliver Glasner is good enough. Whoever is available at the current moment, and maybe it is a case of just back the manager now, see what happens, and then maybe if he is sacked in like October, do we go get Julian Nagelsmann, who's someone who I know Michael Edwards is a big fan of, and he will be much more attainable after the World Cup. So I don't know where we are with it, but I just really struggle to believe that he is the man to turn it around. But look, again, we are where we are for the current moment. Let's just focus on today's game. Big Chili 2 said, "Saw that we've reportedly bid €120 million for Yan Diamonde, and the Anfield Beat have posted that Slot has an announcement after the game." Never heard of the Anfield Beat, to be honest, so do let me know if that is coming from any more credible places. I've seen people talking about it before the stream. I haven't seen anything to say. I don't know whether he'll be handed the microphone and given an opportunity to speak. Maybe he's going to wish Mo Salah and Andy Robertson a farewell, but like, I don't think there's a world where he comes out on the pitch and says, "Yeah, I'm leaving, lads. Yeah, I'm leaving. Bye bye." Like, I don't see that, to be honest. But it wouldn't surprise me if he had something to say. Thank you for your super chat anyway. Rick Heskey said, stuck £50 on Liverpool, I must be crazy. I think, like, we should be favourites for this game, let's be honest. Like, if you look at Brentford's lineup, they're a very good team, but if we show up, we should be beating Brentford, let's be honest. Like, and that's the problem this year. We haven't showed up enough, but let's just hope and get the victory, or at least not get slapped 6-0 so we get Champions League football. Richard said, let's have a positive day, guys and girls. Yeah, let's just try to be positive. Like, I know it's tough at the minute. It's really tough to be positive lately, but let's just try to get some semblance of positivity going out with this game. And like I said, just wish the lads a farewell and wish the lads all the best. Right, let's dip into the news then. What else have we got? Alisson Becker. There's been a lot around Alisson the last couple of days, and I really don't know what's going on, because we've really have both sides of the argument here. So, Corriere dello Sport, this has been the last like 12 or 24 hours, have said, while Liverpool have not agreed to a transfer fee for Alisson to Juventus, a figure around €15 million is expected to advance the deal. And then we had Tutto Mercato said, Alisson has agreed terms with Juventus in a deal worth €4.5 million per season. Although he respects Liverpool a lot for how they have changed his career, he feels this is the right time to move on. Although Liverpool initially closed the door on an exit, diplomatic talks have been held, and the Reds are now much more open to a departure. They want €15 million to let the goalkeeper leave. So it does look like €15 million is the number. We've seen reports in recent weeks that Alisson wants to join Juventus regardless of if Juventus are in the Champions League or not, and there's just been plenty of chatter around Liverpool signing goalkeeper, so that would indicate he is going to leave. But Ismail Mahmoud yesterday came out saying all indications point to Alisson staying at Liverpool this summer, with the goalkeeper still very happy at Anfield. So I don't know which way to read this, to be honest, because it really is going both ways. Like, will Alisson stay or not? That is the question. So do let me know, will he stay, or do you think he goes? Because I could see a world where he wants a new challenge. I could see a world where Juventus will be an attractive prospect for him, especially like if he's starting to pick up injuries and maybe the club are looking at maybe just pushing Mamardashvili through as the number one. But for me, I'd love to keep him. I think just another year, maybe extend his contract after that. Like, I don't think he's by any means finished or that close to being finished. So I think another year or two of Alisson would do absolutely no wrong in my eyes. I'd be very happy to keep him. But do let me know, do you think he will leave or will he stay? And again, I hope that like this isn't the last time we see Alisson, because it would be sad if he didn't get the proper farewell. Like, if he was leaving on a free and we could actually give him the proper send off, the same as Andy and Mo, then fair enough. But it would just be sad to see him leave after not getting the proper farewell. Back to the super chats then. So Aidan, I said, yo Connor, hope all is good. Just want you to know we all love Craig. We want him to stay. We know stuff happened, but that's life. We still love him. Exactly. Like, yeah, I think like that's what I've been trying to get across to him. I'm sure that's something that everyone's been saying to him. But it's like, it's a mistake. Like, it happened. It's, again, I'm as culpable for it as he is. Like, it was information that we passed on in good faith, and it's just one of them things. Like, I guess it is tough, and it is tough to see that Arne Slot is staying. But I hope he does just like let his head clear a bit and then not make a rash decision. Like, look, if he makes that decision, then that's his decision. But at this current moment in time, I don't know what the long term future holds. But thank you very much, and I will pass on your regards. Colette said, I've heard Ali is staying. Hopefully he does, to be fair. Christina, I love Kelleher. Big mistake to let him go. I have a bit on Kelleher here as well. So, this from The Athletic. Liverpool failed to negotiate a buyback option during the paperwork negotiations that sent Queevy and Kelleher to Brentford for an £18 million transfer fee. I thought we got more than £18 million from that. Seems very low, doesn't it? I was sure it was a bit higher than that, but apparently 18 million. If Liverpool ever want to re-sign Kelleher, they will possess no contractual advantage and must negotiate a fresh market value fee from scratch. Now, that was like terrible, terrible business, wasn't it? Like, that's probably one of the worst decisions that the club have made in recent times. Apologies. Like, fair enough he wanted to go, fair enough he wanted to be a first team regular, but I think there's genuinely an argument where I would have been happier getting rid of Alisson then and keeping Kelleher than losing Kelleher or losing Alisson this summer. Like, I feel like we would have been much more better prepared to let Kelleher step up than we are in this current moment, because Mamardashvili, like, the jury's still out on him. Like, he's been alright, like, he hasn't been terrible, he hasn't been fantastic, he's just been a goalkeeper, you know what I mean? Like, he hasn't been lighting it up, he hasn't been absolutely terrible either. He's been dodgy at certain points, but I'm willing to give him a chance still. I'm not writing him off, but he's not really filling me full of confidence to be like, yep, Alisson leaves, that's fine, we have our goalkeeper sorted for the next 10 years. I'm not at that point whatsoever with Mamardashvili, but yeah, tricky one. And a bad piece of business by the club, obviously, just not putting a buyback or even like a 20% sell-on clause. At least then you'd be getting some money if you moved, or you'd be getting a bit more no, like if you went to go buy him, you get like a 20% discount basically. I think the fact that we didn't get anything in there is a bit weird. Alik said, last game with Salah and Robbo, let's win for them. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much for the super chat, Alik. Mart said, hi Connor, nice to see you doing the watch along despite the circumstances. Look, it is what it is. Look, I'm happy to step in while Craig's having some time off, but again, live stuff's not really my bag. Usually it's not really the stuff I do, but I'm enjoying it so far, to be fair, and people have been nice, so that's good. Good to see. Not too much abuse yet, but I am here, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Yvonne said, hopefully Craig is doing okay. Send him my regards. Yeah, again, like I said, I'll pass on all these messages to Craig. Craig definitely appreciates your support in this difficult time, but yeah, like I said, we'll see what happens long term. But again, I don't have answers. I'm not only saying that. I really don't know what's happening at the minute. Right, what else have we got in the chat? Jassy said, our lineup stresses me out. No Salah is going to be a massive miss next season. We really need some midfield steel. Yeah, definitely in the midfield thing. We need, like, I think Adam Wharton is, like, not nailed on, but definitely looks like the one Liverpool are going for. But is he really steely enough? Like you said, is he adding enough physicality to that midfield? Is he adding enough, like, brute force? So I think someone like Wharton coming in could spell the end for Alexis McAllister nearly, and then maybe, like, a proper number 6, like a proper, like, let's say, a Lamine Kamara or a Mamadou Sangar, someone like that comes in alongside Wharton will be my guess. I think a proper out-and-out, like, break-up play, destroyer in the park, in the middle of the park, sorry, along with Adam Wharton to kind of sit alongside him in a double pivot. I think that could make sense, but then even where does Ryan Gravenberch play? Where does McAllister play if he does stay? Where does Jones play if he does stay? But then it looks like them two might be out the door. So a lot of change, and I think that's not a good thing at the minute. I think there's so much going on at the minute, and no one's happy with the manager. And the fact that we're going into a summer again where we're looking at like 5 or 6 departures, along with needing to add probably 4 or 5 players. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're looking at probably an 8 or 9 player swing there in terms of like you're bringing in 4 to replace the 4 who are leaving, and then you need to add squad depth on top. It's going to be a lot of business, and it looks like we don't have we have the money, but it doesn't look like that. From reports, it doesn't seem like FSG want to kind of spend the same amount of money as last year. So it will be very interesting to see what happens. But yeah, definitely an interesting summer coming up, to say the least. What else have we got then? Mary Nelson, guys, come on, hit the like button, please. Please do. I haven't actually checked the likes yet, but let's get it to 1,000 before kickoff if we can. That's the tradition here on the channel. Let's keep it going. I know we're on closer to kickoff today than usual, but if we could hit 1,000, that would be fantastic. So please, by all means, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. 734 likes. We're getting there, lads. Come on. We're not too far off. Reese said, I think Slot is good. Like, everyone has a bad season. Everybody's going to be hard on him. I want Slot to stay. Like, Klopp had a bad season. Give Slot time. Wouldn't go as far as saying, like, I don't think it's comparable to say, like, oh, Klopp's had a bad season and Arnold's had a bad season, so it's the same thing. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think ultimately Arne Slot is like a bad manager. I just don't think this situation is suiting him. He doesn't suit the club in terms of like just his manner, his connection with the fans, the players. Like, Liverpool fans, we just need not everyone needs to be Jurgen Klopp, but it's like Klopp was the epitome of everything we loved. Like, he was like a father figure to the whole fan base. He was high intensity. He looked like he gave a shit at every moment and every opportunity. He was entertaining in press conferences. He was entertaining in interviews. You could really see he lived and breathed the club. And Arne just kind of comes along and is like, well, you know, our XG was better than the other team, so it was unlucky that we lost, and there's no reason why we can't do X, Y, and Z, but we're not doing that. And it's the lack of accountability for me is a big part. It's the fact that he never comes out and say, like, if he was coming out this season and saying, yes, I know we haven't been good enough, but I think if we can do whatever, it's on me at the minute, but we will figure it out. Like, it was all very much like, oh, well, look, you look at the stats, we done better than we should have. Like, there's no reason why we're losing. It's like, just show a little bit of humility, maybe, a little bit of just, look, it's on me, fair enough, we haven't been good enough, but we're doing absolutely everything. I will move heaven and earth to fix this team. He just doesn't have that energy. He doesn't have that mannerism about him, and I think that just annoys people. Like, if we'd gone into this season, looked decent, and come, like, let's say 3rd, and we played decent football, I don't think I'd be sitting here being as angry as I am about it. It's the fact we've been so bad, and the fact that we're getting Champions League football is nothing to do with how good or bad we've been. It's just pure blind luck that everyone else has been so shit, and that is the honest truth. Like, any other season, we're finishing probably 8th or 9th, and everyone is like, yeah, definitely get rid of Slot. There's no reason why you'd say. But because we are going to get Champions League, people will use that as a way to paper over cracks. But it's just like I said, it's nothing to do with our quality. It's to do with everyone else being a bit shit this year. So how we're even in this situation is a fucking miracle, to be honest. But anyway, again, I'm not here to speak about manager today or that much. I said that at the start, but look, it's going to come up every 2 minutes, isn't it? Super chat from Jack Coventer 4580, very catchy name. I know a few people who work in the rugby club I support and get regular inside info from them. I don't think people fully realise how fast decisions can change in a sporting environment. That is true. Like, it is, like, I don't know, but I don't know how rugby clubs operate, but like, news can just come from anywhere. News can change at any second. Like, it's one of them things that happen. Like, I know Craig's definitely taking it to heart more than he probably should, but he takes his role seriously. Like, he takes his role of leading this community and giving out this information very, very seriously, and it has just hurt him, the whole thing. So I understand that stuff can change in a fast environment, like you said, but it's such a tough situation. It's just horrible at the minute. It's just the fact that I think above all, just the fact that Arne Slot will still be here is nearly the worst part. Like, it is just beyond terrible. Eddie Gibbs in with the £2 super chat. Thank you very much, Eddie, for that. Much appreciated, sir. Medusa Cascade said, we had a connection with Sir Bobby Robson, United with Sir Alex, Liverpool with Klopp. Those relationships are rare in this game. That's the thing, like, they are rare. And again, I'm not saying like the next manager has to be Jurgen Klopp. Like, I've been joking on the podcast and stuff saying that like Sebastian Hoeneß will be my choice because he's a German, has a beard and a cap. Like, I'm not genuinely serious about that. Like, fair enough, he's not going to be, well, maybe he is, like, maybe he's good enough tactically and stuff, but like, not the new manager's not going to be Klopp ultimately. We have to accept that, and I have accepted that. But I just know Arne Slot is not what we need. He's not what most of us want. And again, we're just in this situation where we're just not playing good enough, and we just can't see it turning around, really. Let me get the game up here before it actually starts. Last time I done a watch long, I hadn't got the game on at the very start, and we conceded within about a minute. So let me get it up. Right, here we are. We're good to go. I probably will be about 30 seconds behind as well, just because I'm watching on streaming service. But yeah, I won't be too far behind. Right, one last time, let's go through the watch along. Let's go through the lineup. So, Liverpool, Alisson Becker in goal, Curtis Jones at right back, Kanate and Van Dijk in the centre back positions with Andy Robertson on the left, Ryan Gravenberch, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai in the midfield, Mohamed Salah on the right, Rio Ngamoha on the left, and Cody Gakpo up front. For Brentford then, Caoimhín Kelleher in goal, of course, Coyote at right back, Sepp Vandenberg and Nathan Collins in the centre back positions, Lewis Potter at left back, Janelt, Henderson and Jensen in midfield, Kevin Schade at left wing, Utara at right wing, and Igor Thiago up front. Igor Thiago, of course, chasing down Erling Haaland for the golden boot, so let's hope he doesn't score 6 or 7 today. Players are in the huddle on the pitch now. What do we make of the new kit, by the way? I'm kind of torn on it. I haven't seen it in person yet, but I think it looks nice. I really love the shirt they're basing it off. Like, what was it? It was the 89, I think, was that retro shirt. It looks fantastic, but I'm not sure if I'm fully sold on this kit or not just yet, but it does look good on the lads, I must say. It mightn't look as good on me, but it looks good on Andy Robertson, I must say. Keith Andrews on the bench, of course, for Brentford there today, the manager. He's done a fantastic job there, hasn't he? Like, I think I made a prediction at the start of the season. I think I had Brentford last, or like definitely in the bottom 3, and they've exceeded all expectations. And Keith Andrews, just testament to him. Like, I don't think anyone would have thought Keith Andrews was going to be a good manager, but here we are. Right, let me just get this up slightly further. We'll see it. Right, just about to kick off now. Let me get the timer working. Yeah, it's working. Cool. So, Brentford kick off. We're on away. The excitement, lads. The excitement of these games that basically mean nothing, but look, we're here. Right, Liverpool just messing around at the back with it now. Up to Mohamed Salah. I'm sure he'll be getting a big cheer every time he gets the ball today. Spreads out left-hand side to Andy Robertson. Super chat here from Russ Moy said, let's send Mo and Robbo off for the win. Of course, yeah, hopefully we can get the win today. Rio down the left now wins a corner. Rio doing more than Cody Gakpo in about 30 seconds there than Gakpo's done all season. I don't even hate Gakpo, to be honest. I think it's just like some of the memes around him are funny and stuff, and he's an easy target, isn't he? Like, it's nearly too easy to throw a lot of blame on him. So apologies if I do that. It's just yeah, it's just easy, isn't it? Szoboszlai here taking the corner then. Big Verge is up. Let's see if Kanate can get a goal as well before he heads off or stays. Like, we still don't know what's going on there. Ball in from Szoboszlai. Headed away. Szoboszlai out on the left-hand side now. Rio gets it. McAllister in loads of room there. Gets a shot away, but it is blocked, of course, because every shot we take is blocked, isn't it? I don't think we've ever taken a shot that wasn't blocked this season. It just feels like every time we shoot, there's always about 3 lads there blocking us down. Nessie, YNWA, loved Craig and well in Connor. Thank you very much, Nessie, for that one. The Wiener Dog said, ads on DSTV just ruined the start of the game. You didn't miss a whole lot in the start, to be fair, but like any kind of channel is showing ads during the game should just be banned immediately, in my opinion. It was a Rio tried a 1-2 with Szoboszlai there, slightly overhit the pass out for a goal kick to Brentford. Hugo Ekitike sitting on the bench there as well, of course. We'll see him back at some point, but what a huge loss he is for the next probably 9 months. It's hard to see him come back before the end of this calendar year, really, isn't it? Like, it's just such a horrible injury. Header won by Konate there, done very well. And Brentford have a back, of course. Why wouldn't they? Konate on the ball again. Right, we had actually a bit of news on Konate before the stream started. I think Ben Jacobs said there's going to be like a decision imminently on that one. So whether that's after the game or I don't know what, like there's going to be something either way. So hopefully we can figure that out soon because the contract's up in, what, 5 weeks? So the fact that we're still sitting here not knowing what's going on is absolutely ludicrous. But I don't know which way I'd lean at this point because he himself said they were close, but then all the reports since then have said they're not. So do let me know, do you think Konate is going to stay or not? Because it's really up in the air still, which is baffling considering we're literally in the last game of the season now. Need a car boot sale of all the shite in the squad this summer. I think that's a bit harsh. I don't think there's too many like really shit players in the squad. I feel like there's a lot of players the manager doesn't fancy. Like, and if he's going to be here, then fair enough, he's going to want to clear out some of the dead wood, let's say, and bring in some players he wants. But I think to say there's been like shit in the squad, it's a bit far. I think because like there's not really that many players in the squad that are that bad, to be honest. Benny Burrito said, "Hi Connor, hope you and Craig are well. I enjoy your morning update shows. I want to see our boys close out the season strong. Let's go Reds." Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I'm enjoying doing the morning videos, to be honest. I'm enjoying it over the last like 6 months or so. And your continued support of the channel is much appreciated. Corner here now on the right hand side, Mohamed Salah getting ready to swing it in. All the big lads up again. Virgil's there in the middle. Goes short this time. Out to Andy Robertson now for the in-swinger on the left. Oh, Konate. No. Saved by Kevin Kelleher. If Kelleher wasn't a goal, lads, we would have scored about 4 already, you know. God, he's just the aura. The Irish aura. People say I look like him as well, so I'll take that. Back to Kelleher now, playing out from the back. Gakpo trying to close down. The high press not really pressing high, to be honest. McAllister killed someone in the crowd there, kicking the ball out. Fair enough. Got it out anyway. That's the main thing. Yeah, interesting corner technique there. So Salah played it short to, I believe, I can't see who that was. He played it out to Andy Robertson on the right hand side for an in-swinger. Konate got ahead to it, but Keller got down well and was never going to trouble him really with that one. But good interception by McAllister there. Lets Salah loose here, and then he completely hits the pass out to McAllister on the right. Back in Curtis Jones here. What do we make Curtis Jones a right back, by the way? I think he's been like good overall, to be fair. Can get caught out of position a bit, but like it's not really his natural position. And that position that's giving me a headache more than any other position on the pitch at the minute. Like, what the hell do we do there? Because Bradley's good, but he's always injured. Frimpong is alright, but he's not really right back. And Curtis Jones wants to be out the door the second the summer transfer window opens. So a lot to be done there as well. But do let me know what you think of Curtis Jones in recent weeks. But I thought like he's been doing well, to be fair, and it was a few games where he had like the most recoveries and stuff on the pitch. Like he really is putting in the work, and yeah, not doing too bad, to be fair to him. Konate rolls across to Van Dijk now. Of course, this is where we start passing the back and forth across the back line like we always do, of course, yeah. Van Dijk back to Konate, yeah, there we go. He plays it out wide to Mo. Mo puts it back to Curtis Jones in the back line, who passes it to the goalkeeper. Oh, hey, we're back to Allison again. Pass out to McAllister now. Back to Allison. Oh, hey. And he goes long, and we just give the ball straight back to Brentford. That's brilliant, yeah. Taking bets, by the way. How many touches will Cody Gakpo take for half time? And this isn't a dig at Cody Gakpo, so it's the fact that we can never get the ball to our striker unless it's Ekitike, because he seems to drop a bit deeper and get himself more involved. But it's like, if it's Gakpo or Isak, it doesn't really matter. We just can't get the ball to him either way. I will check at half time how many. I'm going to say 9 touches. I'm going to be generous. I'm going to say Gakpo gets 9 touches this half. Brentford is trying to get out from the back now, playing decent football, to be fair. They've got out now. Look at this space. Half the fucking pitch run into here. Don't close him down around. Just let him pull across in. Why not? Maka heads away, straight out to the left-hand side, where again they've acres of space here. Curtis Jones being caught out of position after saying how good he was, and they missed a header. Shada got that one. Like, just the space we give lads, like, because the pressing isn't good enough to closing down. Just the general positioning is terrible, and I don't know if I have this image actually. Let me see if I can find it on my computer. Do I have it here? I don't. It was basically our average positions against Villa, and like, you see Villa's team, and it was just like, yeah, like dot 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 dot. As in, like, they had the proper, like, you could see the system and the passing network of just like the passes. And Liverpool's end is just this big clusterfuck of like 10 lads that squashed into the middle. Like, there was no positional sense to it whatsoever, and it's been like that every week this year. Like, we just don't know how to actually figure out what the hell's going on, or figure out where the players are meant to be. It's weird. Right, Brentford back on the ball here now on the right hand side. Bransfield said, "Hi Connor, where's Craig?" If you haven't seen the videos in recent days, basically Craig's taking some time away due to the slot situation. It does look like he is staying. It looks like our information was incorrect, which again I will reiterate, I'm as much to blame as Craig for that one. So by all means, if you're going to have a pop at Craig, have a pop at me as well, because I was saying the same stuff and I fully believed as well, but it looks like it turned out to be untrue. But he's taking some time away just to figure out what he wants to do long term. But again, I don't have any answers. He doesn't have any answers yet, so we are where we are with that one. Let's just try to enjoy the game today, and then we can figure it out next week, figure out what's going on long term. Ball back in the Brentford half now. They're playing it out again, and Liverpool have not won it back, because we don't win 50-50s, do we? We just never do. Throw into Liverpool now, though. Curtis Jones getting ready to take it around the halfway line. Let's dip back into your comments then. Motorhome said VVD waving loads again. Yeah, he loves doing that this year, doesn't he? He loves just basically telling everyone else where to go. And in fairness to him, he probably knows better than they do where they should be. But again, it's just miscommunication. It's players not being able to know where they're meant to be. Like, it should just be at a point now. Like, we're 2 years into Arne Slot, and we're like nearly a year into the new lads coming in. Like, and fair enough, there was going to be tweaks of system and people getting settled in, but like, it's still at this point, lads don't know where they're meant to be or what they're meant to be doing, and that is the worst part for me. The fact that we just don't look like any semblance of a good team. We don't look like we're changing into a good team. We just look like we're doing the same mistakes week in, week out, and the players just still look lost. Gravenberg there trying to pass out to the left hand side, but gets intercepted. Brentford had the ball back, but then Cody Gakpo gets it back. There's a touch for Gakpo finally. Gravenberg there does well to sidestep through midfield, releases Soboslai. Andy Robertson now down the left plays into Rio. Rio up against his man, doing a few step overs like he always does. He's been shoved off the ball, and Brentford win it back, unfortunately. But it is nice to see Rio getting a bit of action down the left so far. Brentford on break now. Again, acres of space. He fires the ball across, but it's overhit, and it's out for a goal kick, thank God. Bransfield, I'd never have pop on Craig. Much love to Craig. Sorry, I didn't mean at you directly. I just meant to people in general. Like, if people are going to blame Craig for the information, by all means, blame me as well. Sorry, I wasn't saying that to you specifically, Bransfield. I recognise your name as someone who's been in the chat a lot, and your input is always appreciated. So thank you very much. Jason Bates said it's not been confirmed though, Connor. He could still go. He could still go. Like, maybe it is a situation where the plan still is to get rid of him. At this point in time, judging by the reports, judging by the fact it looks like we're bringing in your man Ryan from Feyenoord as a new coach, it's all pointing towards he's not going. Even Chris Williams was saying he's probably not going. Like, it's just, at this point, it's It's just hard to see him going next like 2 days after everything we've read in the last few days. But like again, never say never. Maybe it does happen, but um, yeah, it's so hard to know what to even say about the situation because like we all want him gone ultimately, but is there any point banging our heads against the wall at this point if it does look like he's saying like fair enough, put the pressure back on once the games start coming back next season, but like if he makes it through next week, he's probably not going to be sacked in the summer, is he? Canate wins back now on the halfway line. He's passed it to Curtis Jones. Mo Salah on the right hand side now. Curtis Jones back into midfield to Dominic Soboslai. Plays across to Ryan Gravenberch. Andy Robertson. King Cop 3 said, do you think we should sign Crupie? I feel like he'd be a good player to get, to be fair. I just don't know if we'd want to spend the amount of money that it would take to get him. Um, in terms of, we have Ekitike, we have Isak. Like I think like if the club decided, right, Isak isn't the man, maybe he's not the style of player we do want, if we could cash in and get 115 million, 100 million, whatever we get for him. If that was a scenario, I could see, yes, go out and spend big money on Junior Crupie. But outside of that, I think we just don't really need three really high profile strikers. I just don't think that makes much sense, to be honest. But I do like him as a player, and he's still very young, and I'm sure he will get better. But at this current moment, I can't see Liverpool spending probably 90 million on it. Right, goal kick, Weaving Kelleher now goes long. Kanate wins that header. He's winning a lot of headers today, to be fair to him. Jones now on the right hand side tries to slip in Mo Salah. Can he get to it? He can. He keeps it in. But Nathan Collins again. It's the Irish aura. Nathan Collins and Queeving Kelleher. That's a cheat code really. Collins puts it out for a throw into Liverpool. Something Aaron got Craig sacked. Not quite. No, not quite. Craig's comeback video when Salah is sacked is going to be hilarious. Hopefully he is sacked at some point. Like again, I'm not holding out hope for the next couple of days given what's been said. But again, does anyone see him realistically making it past October? Like in all honesty. Good ball over the top there to Salah, couldn't quite control. It was a good idea, not really a bad touch as such, but just didn't really quite come off. Curtis Jones then gives away a free kick to Brentford. Motorhome Bolton back up in the Championship, good for them. Fair play, yeah. I haven't seen Bolton in a long time. I don't want them in the Premier League though, because then like we'll have to look at Togden more. But I do like Bolton though as a club. Like I remember like growing up watching Bolton in the Premier League. That's proper like Barclays football, like isn't it? Like having likes of Bolton and Portsmouth, them kind of teams back up. So hopefully at some point we can see them in the Prem again. But yeah, fair play to them getting up to the Championship. Let's have a look as well to see is there any scores around the grounds. What have we got? Wolves are beating Burnley. Oh my god. Huge result there if they can win that one. Right, Liverpool in now. Curtis Jones tries to slip it across the Gakpo, was put out for a corner. Three Stripe Liverbird said Croupy over Diamande. Just a very different players, to be fair, aren't they? Like, I don't think we'd buy Croupy to put him on the wing. Like, we do need wingers, and Yan Diamande and Bradley Barcole are the two names being thrown about most, so I'd imagine it's one of them. But maybe there's some sort of plan to bring in another striker. I don't see it personally, but um, who knows? Like, maybe Croupy will be a better player than Diamande, but either way, it's not who we're really looking for at the minute. Salah getting ready now to float this one in. Oh, Kelleher drops away, falls to Rio. Shot blocked, of course. Rio now doing some step overs in the box. Oh, finds Ryan Gravenberch. Out to Salah. Ball dinked in but headed away by Brentford. It was a good chance there. The ball was floated in right on top of the goalkeeper. Queevy and Kelleher punched it down. Falls to Gravenberch. He tries to find Rio. Rio tries to find a shot, but he just can't get through the big bundle of Brentford players in the way, basically. Good ball in, though. Really put pressure on the keeper there. So yeah, as I was saying anyway, Wolves 1-0 up against Burnley because that changed everything. It's huge. Oh my god. Massive goal. It's a penalty from Adam Armstrong if anyone had him in FPL or anything. But outside of that, nothing really much going on around the Premier League just yet. Right, what else have we got? Jason Bay said, I think Bowen will be credible. I think he'd be a good option, to be fair. I feel like I wouldn't want him to be like the guy who comes in. Like, fair enough if you get Bradley Barcola, you get Yandy Amonde, and then bring in Jared Bowen as well as someone who can play off the right, can play through the centre as well. English, of course, we need more homegrown players in the squad. We are lacking in that, especially if likes of Joe Gomez and Curtis Jones are to leave this year. I think it could do a lot worse, especially if West Ham go down as well. Like, that could be a bargain, really. I don't know what you would get him for, but I know he's getting up to around 30 years of age now as well. But I think you could do far worse than getting someone like Jared Bowen in. Just, again, some experience in the dressing room and just a good option to have. Like, again, I don't want him to be the guy. He's not him. But bring him in as a second option, I think, would be very good. I think, like, if you had a situation where, let's say, you had Rio on the left, Diamande on the right, and Isak or Ekitike up front, and then, like, your backup wingers were Jared Bowen and Cody Gakpo, let's say. That will be a decent backup option. I wouldn't want them two starting every game, but as backup options, that is a good amount of squad depth, I would say. But do let me know if you disagree with that. I know Jared Bowen isn't for everyone, especially considering his age and stuff, but I think we could do far worse than bringing him in. Keen, the big question here we all have is the real Conor here with us or between the stick for Brentford? That's it. I'm actually playing in goal. I'm actually Queeveen. Right, Liverpool on the break here now. Gravenberch just outside the Brentford box gets. That's a free ref. I mean, actually got it. Oh my god, we actually got a free kick. Liverpool got a decision. Oh my god. Gravenberch running towards the Brentford box there. Nice little drop of the shoulder, gets taken out by the Brentford player, and free kick now, just probably, 2 or 3 yards outside the box. This could be Dominic Szoboszlai territory. Although it could be a little bit too close almost. It'd be interesting to see what way we go with this. Do we go a cheeky under the wall kind of shot here? Step away from that Gakpo. Don't be ridiculous. Szoboszlai and Gakpo. What? Has Gakpo ever taken a free kick? I can't picture him taking a free kick. Oh, that new kid is nice, isn't it? When you see it up close like that, like, I don't know if I'd pull it off just as well as Mo does, but like, he looks good in it, doesn't he? And Szoboszlai, to be fair to him. Where are we at with the stats so far? 65% possession to the red so far, 3 shots, 1 on target. Total passes, we have double of Brentford's. Like, so Liverpool are definitely dominating this game, and you can see that with your eyes as well as looking at the stats. But that's where we are so far. We are dominating. Let's hope we can get something from this free kick, maybe. So Szoboszlai and Salah standing over. Will Salah take it? Will Szoboszlai take it? Salah runs up. Oh, he hits the post. Oh, and then Gravenberch fires over. Oh, that was a wonderful free kick. Left footed Mohamed Salah bent it around the wall. Sorry, hit the post. Oh, that's agonising. Oh, he couldn't have hit that better. Oh, that was beautiful. Such a disappointment that's not gone in. Keller had no chance. He was rooted to the spot. Don't think anyone was really expecting Salah to shoot from there, to be honest. I think everyone would have said Szoboszlai, but he has hit the post, unfortunately, but it remains 0-0. Great effort, though. 1 inch, and he was in. The Wonder Man saying Kelleher showing why we shouldn't have sold him. Yeah, he has been. Well, he hasn't done too much today yet so far, but definitely over the course of the season, he's definitely shown why. I think if we were sitting here with Alisson looking likely to leave, I think all of us would be more comfortable knowing Kelleher was there rather than Mamardashvili. But we are. There we go. There's Kelleher making a save. Maybe you'd comment that after that, as I am probably 30 seconds behind. But Salah in down the right there took a shot. Kelleher palms it over for a corner. Good save. Fulham 1, Newcastle 0. That's the latest score on that one. Doesn't really change a whole lot in the table, to be honest. But yeah, Fulham there. Newcastle fans won't be happy with Eddie Howe after that. Corner in now. Gakpo flicks it on. Another corner, I believe, is it? That's not a goal kick, is it? Who touched that? I'm sure the Brentford lad just booted that over, and somehow it's a goal kick. McAllister's not happy anyway. He reckons it was a corner. Everyone clapping, of course, on the 20th minute for Diogo Jota, of course. Szoboszlai now. Good chance here, come on. Oh, he's missed it. Oh, I wouldn't say a sitter, but it was a very good chance there from Szoboszlai. He got past the final defender and took a shot on his left foot, just drags it wide. Done very well to beat Seth Vandenberg there, I believe it was. Get a shot away, but just wide of the post. Good effort, though. It's coming, lads, coming. Getting closer. Motorhome after 20 minutes, only 2 goals in 10 matches. Yep, not the most exciting of days so far in the Premier League. Christina said, I think you're a few minutes behind. I think I will be a little bit behind again. Like I'm watching it on streaming service on the iPad, so I will be a bit behind. And then YouTube's delay as well, and the fact that yeah, just internet things, isn't it? Like it's going to be like a minute behind. But if you want to pause and sync up, I haven't actually done that. I'll sync up at 23 minutes. I'll just do it now, won't I? So 22, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. If anyone wants to sync up, just look at just pause me at a certain time, wait till the TV's on the same, and then play me again, or pause the TV, vice versa. Players pausing for a water break here, I believe, because the temperature's over 10 degrees in England today. Need a water break. It is absolutely roasting today, to be honest. Although you know what it's like here in Ireland, I don't know where everyone else in the chat's living, but it goes over like 12 degrees here, we're out in shorts. So just replay that Salah go. Oh, I think I'll say goal. It just looks every time you look at it, you think it's in. It's in. Oh, that's so close. Oh, that's agonising. You genuinely could not have hit that any sweeter. Lovely bit of curve on it. Lovely little bend around the wall. Smash into the post. Like even you could see him starting to run off in celebration. He thought it was in. But we do have a water break now, of course. Is Liz in the chat? Liz always reminds everyone to hydrate. Let's hydrate. Jason said, Brian, is anyone going to make an offer for Gakpo? I'm not sure who Brian is, but well, some chatter around Bayern Munich looking at Gakpo a while back, but they look like they're getting Anthony Gordon now, so I can't imagine they're going to come back in for Gakpo. It does look like Gakpo will be staying put this season, but yeah, I can't see any huge offers coming in from City score, someone says. Is it 1-0 City? It is. Man City 1-0. Antoine Semenyo. So, if we can beat Brentford, we should leapfrog Villa into fourth, which would mean Bournemouth get Champions League. If Villa finish fifth, 6th spot will become Champions League. That is the thing here. Like, if Villa finish fourth, there's no 6th spot. If Villa finish fifth, then 6th spot does become Champions League. And could you imagine? Could you imagine Bournemouth in the Champions League? Like, I've seen stuff about the fact that they can't actually play in the Champions League in their own stadium. I'm not sure if it's to do with capacity or uh, safety regulations, whatever it is, but there is something that Bournemouth can't play in their own stadium if they make Champions League, so it'll be interesting. And they've never been in Europe, so if they could leapfrog into the Champions League first attempt, like it would be a crazy thing, wouldn't it? Someone in chat said capacity. Is it as simple as just the capacity? Like I know with stuff like what was it with like Luton Stadium at times? Well, it was talk whether they'd be allowed into the Premier League without certain things with that ground, but yeah, definitely Bournemouth definitely one of the smaller stadiums in the Champions League if they could somehow get into it with that stadium, or else I think it was talk of them using St Mary's if not. Sunderland 1-0 now, people are saying. Who are they playing again? Chelsea losing, of course. Why wouldn't Chelsea be losing? They always lose, don't they? What does that make for the table? So Sunderland up to 8 currently. Sunderland have jumped over Brentford. So Brentford are going to want to get their arse into gear now and get some sort of result here to get up the table. We're back underway anyway, so the water break is over. I'm just going to turn off the chat again for a second. I'm not used to the whole live chat thing. I'm just like all these things popping up. It's too confusing. I'll just look at I'll dip back in and out. Right, where are we at then? So Cody Gakpo here on the left plays into Soboslai, bit of room. Tries to tread in Salah, come on. No. Cleared away by Brentford out towards Curtis Jones, who gets on the right hand side. Nearly in there. Soboslai played a lovely through ball into Salah, but just couldn't get to him. Back with Kanate now, back to Virgil van Dijk, who plays back to Alisson. I'm sure the lads will be happy that Alisson's back in goal today as well. They do know, of course, that he is right-footed. They haven't learned that Mamardashvili's left-footed yet, but again, that's where we are, isn't it? We just, again, miscommunication. We don't even know what foot the fucking keeper uses. Like, ball over the top there, Alisson gets it, and there's no trouble there. Alisson plays it out long towards, I think that's Cody Gakpo there. Salah plays back into Gakpo. Brentford have the ball back now in the midfield, looking to play it forwards. Have to go back to the centre back. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly are we playing? Just the general, what we usually do, to be honest. Like, it's no better or worse than it was last week, really. It's like, I think, well, probably a little bit better than Villa, to be fair, but it's not been riveting. Like, we've been okay, is about it. Like, we um, haven't really created a huge amount of chances. Was one or two chances. Salah hit the post, of course, from a free kick, but it's just not looking any better in terms of creating stuff from open play. I'll put it that way. And we haven't been tested too much at the back either. So look, we're doing all right defensively because we haven't had much to do. And going forward, we look just the same as every other week, just a little bit blunt, to be honest. Again, it's this whole thing of just we can't get the ball to the forward ever. Like, look at the stats, look at Isak, look at Gakpo in these games. They get very few touches compared to what they should be getting. And it's not their fault. Like, fair enough, maybe they could drop deeper or whatever and try to make themselves more involved in play, which Gakpo seems to be doing today, to be fair. He's getting a bit deeper, but they're obviously being instructed to play like this, and we just can't get the ball to him. Salah down the right hand side up against two Brentford defenders. Plays back out towards. I can't think who it is. The stream's a bit blurry. I think it's McAllister. Back to Kanate. Kanate must be getting a nosebleed. He's up so far up on the pitch. Gravenberg now plays it across to Virgil van Dijk with loads of space in the midfield. Brentford really sitting back here, which look, you'd expect them to do that. They're hoping to grind out a result here. You know how much we love playing against low blocks, don't you? You know how much Arne Slot loves low blocks and using them as excuses. So I'm sure we'll hear about that after the game. Ball in from Robertson now, good ball in. Cleared away by Brentford. Good idea though. Got the ball off quickly there. That's what we need to do. There's more of like get the ball into the box quickly. Like, is it that hard? Like, it seems like we play it back and forth like 100 times across the edge of the 6 yard box or the penalty box. Play it out wide. We just kind of let them reform and then like take 4 touches and then try putting it across. But you're all ready to go at that point. Just get the ball in quickly. First time, just whip it in. See what happens. Use the whole corridor of uncertainty thing. Like, you know what I mean? Into midfield now. McAllister out to Soboslai. Finds Rio on the left hand side. He tries to go past his man, but he has to retreat back into midfield. Gets bullied off the ball, but he gets it back again. Free kick. Well done, Rio. I'm not sure who he's up against on that side. Who's their right back? Is it Coyote? Is that fella? Whoever he's up against, he's definitely being out muscled a lot. So fair play to him for holding on there and winning the free kick. Liz said, I miss Robbo and Salah already. Salah already, sorry. Happy match day. Thank you very much, Liz. Yeah, look, we're going to miss Robbo and Salah so much. Like, it is just, it's a sad day. On top of everything else, it is just a sad day to wish them farewell. But um, very intrigued to see where they go next in their careers, and I wish them all the best. But I do wish they were sticking around because it's a tough time enough for us as Liverpool fans. We don't need to be losing the experienced people out of the dressing room as well. Lee Duffield said, "Where is Craig?" Craig is currently at home. Yep. After that, I don't know. Craig is taking some time away just to try clear his head and see what he wants to do long term because, like I said, he's taking the information thing very much to heart. Is that a penalty? People, at a glance, I say that's not a penalty, but Liverpool players are kind of half appealing for a penalty here. Jones was kind of bundled over in the box. But yeah, Craig is taking some time away to figure out what he wants to do because it's just been such a shit time recently, and he's really taken this stuff to heart. So he will take a few days, and then we'll figure out what happens from there. But again, I don't have the long-term answers here. Nightmare 2 the AM said, "Hi Connor, hope you're well, and fingers crossed for the win." Hopefully so. I'm doing well, very well. Thank you very much. How are you? Um, what else we got? Is that not a penalty? It doesn't look to be given as a penalty. I haven't seen a replay yet. At a glance, I would say it's probably not, but I'd like to see it again, to be fair. Yeah, it's back under play. Back underway, even. It's like Craig in slot out. That's it. Craig's after giving up the challenge. He's going to take over as Liverpool manager next week. Good play by Brentford there, getting the ball in down the left, but the cross is bad and it goes straight to Allison, and he throws out quickly towards Dominic Szoboszlai on the right hand side. G. Lewis said, "So Craig will potentially be back. Love you both." Honestly, at this point, I've no idea. To be honest, like I'm not going to lie to you. I'm in the same boat as all you guys. I don't know what Craig's going to do long term, but all I know for the next couple of days, he's going to take a bit of time to consider what he wants to do. I wish I had more information than that, but that's all I can tell you, to be honest. But thank you for the super chat and the support and everything as well. Gary McKeown said, "Connor, call a spade a spade. It's a bore fest." Pretty much, to be honest. Yeah, nothing really a huge amount has happened, to be honest. And the fact that I'm going to say like not a lot is on this game. There's a little bit on the game in the sense that we can't like get demolished and miss out on Champions League, but like the chances are so unlikely. So I can't imagine it's going to be. Look, it is what it is. It's been a bore fest. You're right. Patrick said, "Connor, I hope he can convince Craig to not leave. Hopefully he doesn't. But like I said, again, he's just taking some time to figure it out." And Chris Legit said, "Hey Connor, hope you're well, mate. I'm very good, thank you. I am not great outside of football because it's an absolute, like the person said a minute ago, a bore fest, and it does look like we're in for more of a bore fest next year. So not great in that regard, but personally can't complain too much, to be honest." Motorhome said, "Someone tell the players they have a chance of fourth for fuck's sake." Yeah, like we could easily leapfrog Villa here, like they're losing, but like fourth and fifth doesn't really make too much of a difference. I quite like Villa to get fifth and us to get fourth just for Bournemouth as well, to be honest, just for the fact they've been in the Champions League. I don't mind Bournemouth at all. So if we could get them into the Champions League and do them a favour while also securing fourth for ourselves, why not? Corner in there, headed away. Out to Curtis Jones here now, just outside the box, plays it down to Salah on the right hand side. He cuts back into Gravenberg on the edge of the box, who spins around looking for Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai looks like he was lining up a shot there, but didn't really get a second to take it. Szoboszlai back down to Andy Robertson now on the halfway line. He goes long out towards Curtis Jones, but it's cut out, and it'll be Liverpool. Not a throw in. Curtis Jones keeps it in. Curtis Jones on the right hand side now. That's back to Allison somehow. How are we back to Allison all of a sudden? Oh, lads, now Allison just kicks it over, and Brentford had the ball back. Yeah, it's not been the most exciting games of football, I'm not going to lie. But look, a draw will do us. Just get over the line today, just end this horrid season, and pray to God we don't somehow end up in the playoff at Bournemouth. Salah had a chance to break away there, but Nathan Collins, big Irish hero, gets it and clears it. Szoboszlai intercepts, so it's a throw in to Brentford. I feel like Jerome said Spurs go down and it's the perfect day. Yeah, again, I'm not really against Spurs per se, but it would be funny, wouldn't it? Especially like imagine Arsenal fans, imagine like winning the league for the first time since 2004, while also watching Spurs go down. That would be generational levels of happiness for Arsenal, and then they have the Champions League final coming up next week as well. Around the grounds then, so Sunderland are 1-0 up against Chelsea. Nottingham Forest have gone 1-0 up against Bournemouth. That's not great for Bournemouth. Good for us, obviously, because they can't overtake us if they don't win by about 50 goals. So, looking good in that regard. Wolves are beating Burnley, and Manchester United are beating Brighton. That's a goal from Patrick Dorgu for United away at the Amex. Right, what have we got? Uh, Dr. Optimizer, thank you very much for joining Anfield Agenda FC. Maybe Slot be on next Strictly series. I can't imagine Aaron Slot having a buggy, to be honest, can you? I just don't think he has the finesse or the aura for that. I feel like Jurgen could pull it off. Like, imagine Jurgen there in a tux doing like ballroom dancing. I could see that. Arna, not quite so much, to be honest. I'm a celebrity, get me over here, maybe. Maybe we could see Arna eating some spiders and stuff. Strictly, probably wouldn't say that. He'd be on that one now. Ball out to the right hand side now. Dominic Soboslai on the right hand side of Brentford's box. Chips across looking for Ryan Gravenberg. He takes it down. Lines up a shot. Does he take it? Ooh, good save, Kelleher. Ryan Gravenberg taking another one of them shots where he's doing the Cody Gakpo, really. He's cutting in from the left and putting a sweeping shot to the right hand side. Good save from Kelleher, though. He probably should be saving that one, but he has to get there still. Not a bad effort from Ryan Gravenberg there. Feral Kitty said, please let Craig know we fans want him back. I will, of course, and thank you very much for your support. And Itachi said, if you're watching Craig, much love from us. Not sure if he's watching or not, to be honest, but if he is, then I'm sure he will be seeing the nice comments and the positivity and the support in the chat, so hopefully he does see this. But if not, I will mention it to him afterwards how many people were asking for him. Curtis Jones now on the left-hand side. Nice little flick in towards Ryan Gravenberg on the left-hand side now. Everyone playing left wing at the minute. Gravenberg, Jones, Gakpo, Rio, everyone's out on the left. Good tackle there from McAllister. That's what he needs to be doing more of. Tries ball into the box, but headed away by Brentford. Ryan Gravenberch then bundles with his player, knocks him over, and it's a free out to Brentford. I think that's weak, to be honest. Right, what have we got in the chat then? Brandon, will you be doing player ratings after? Probably not, to be honest. I feel like just get through this game, just do the farewell for the lads, and then I'll head off for the evening, to be honest. I feel like I can't be bothered with it, to be all honest. Like, I think it's been a stressful enough few days. I think just like I said, just try to enjoy the game, just get through that, and then we'll see what happens during the week. But yeah, I probably won't do player ratings, to be honest. I feel like Jerome said there's no way people pay money for this next season. That's the thing. Like, surely, like that was my thinking the whole way along, even before we start getting the information that would suggest that he was leaving. Like the fact that the crowd is booing, the fans are just not behind him in general, online and in person. I seen pictures of the kit launch, and like the shop in Liverpool was empty or near enough on the morning of the kit launch, which is unheard of. The style of play being shite, the fact we've lost like 20 odd games this year, the fact that the players just look like they're not arse. Like, just there's so many factors here where you would say common sense has to prevail at some point and he has to go, but apparently it doesn't, which is absolutely baffling. And like to this point, I've been like, right, I think Richard Hughes has got a decent amount right. I think he's got something terribly wrong. In fairness, like he definitely left us short of a few players, and the decision not to sack Slot up to this point is against him. But if they are genuinely persisting with this, then I don't care who leaves. Just get rid of them all at this point. Like if they're genuinely backing this, like I could forgive some sort of logic if it was like, right, just leave Slot in there. He'll get us over the line, gets into the Champions League, and then we can go from there. Ooh, Rio cuts in there, and nearly scores. Fucking hell, that was close. Pardon me, French there. Rio cuts in off the left and puts a. That was a wonderful shot, Jesus. Oh, that could not be any closer. My God. Oh, again, Keller Haru to the spot. That was wonderful from Rio to make up that much space and get shot away, but again, inches in the difference. Great play from Rio there. But yeah, again, like common sense, like surely to God, he has to be gone, but apparently not, which is baffling. And I think that's affecting Craig as much as everything else. The fact that how do you wrap your head around this? How do you genuinely make an argument to say that Slot should be back and give him more time? Because I would be shocked if even 5% of people really believe he should be given more time, because it's baffling. Let's actually let's do that as a poll, just for interest. We haven't done a poll today. So, do you really believe that Arne Slot to be given a chance to turn this around? Yes and no. Just out of curiosity, I know it'd definitely be mainly yes, but just to see what percentage of people genuinely believe that. Or sorry, it would be more no than yes, obviously yes. Right, back into the chat then. Robertson gets a good head away there. Brentford are out towards the halfway line. Paul Savage has said, sorry Craig, feeling how he is and we miss him. You're doing a great job, Connor. Craig will be watching the match with the sound on for once. That's true, if he's watching I'm sure he will have the sound on, which is a treat for him. Yeah, it's very weird. I feel like that kind of threw me off the first couple of minutes there when I started the clock and I was just like looking down. I was just like, it's very quiet. So it feels weird to have no sound. Like I usually watch on so I live in Spain. I am clearly in Spain right now. So I watch on my Spanish DAZN account. Oh, what a save, Allison. Jesus, that was some save. About an inch out, and he Brentford player takes a shot. Allison saves with his leg. That was a fantastic save. Liverpool on the break now. Salah chips into Szoboszlai down the right hand side. Szoboszlai running down the right. Ball across the Gakpo, headed it. Oh, it's blocked. Oh, end to end stuff there. Brentford with a wonderful opportunity to score there, but Alisson Becker makes an absolutely ridiculous save. Jordan Henderson crosses the ball in. Let's have a look here. Headed back across. How was he saved that? Jesus Christ, that was all, like 99 times out of 100 that's going in, but Alisson Becker, being the absolute fucking superhero that he is, manages to save it. Go down the other end then, Cody Gakpo is denied from a header, and it's a corner to Liverpool, but really end-to-end stuff there, and fair play to Alisson, that was a fantastic save. Like I was saying, I live in Spain, obviously, so I was watching it on Spanish Zone, and usually Spanish commentary, so I have it quite low, but I'm usually listening to Craig anyway, so not too big a difference for me, but it is very weird watching without sound now. Ball in from the corner there, Salah just headed on, and it's back out for corner from the far hand side now. Christina Wint said, Craig's happiness top priority, even if that means he leaves Anfield Agenda. Don't want him to leave, but I want him to be happy. Much love, Connor. Thank you very much, Christina. Look, like I said, I don't know what the long term future of that is or what future channel prospects or I'm running out of words here now. I don't know what's going to happen ultimately, but yeah, look, we are where we are, and hopefully he decides he wants to continue. But if he doesn't, then I fully respect that decision, and I can understand where he's coming from. Like it is just it's a tough gig what he does coming on here every night for 2 hours, and look, I'll respect whatever decision he makes ultimately. Red Dinosaur Mother said, I love Allison's leg. So do I. I love both of them actually, and his two hands, and his hands, and his head, his knees and toes, everything about Allison. I love the man. Arsenal 1-0 up apparently. That was Gabriel Jesus with that goal. So again, that doesn't change too much, but I'm sure Arsenal fans would like to top off the season with a win against Palace. Would be nice for them. Spurs are beating Everton. I didn't clock that one. Palhinha scored that. Spurs look like they're staying up then. Poor old West Ham going down. What do you make of that? Brentford on the break here now. Played in towards. Ooh, good clearance. Igor Jesus got the ball there, or Igor Thiago, sorry. Uh, 3 minutes added on, if anyone's wondering as well. Again, this riveting game. Basically, we hit the post with Salah from a free kick. Rio nearly got a nice bending shot from the corner, or from just outside the box, nearly went in. And just replay this again now. That is a ridiculous save. Ball fell to Kevin Shada, who just toe pokes it towards goal, and Allison just gets he's down and his leg just comes up and just connects with it. What a save! Dave Smith, Connor's joking about Spain. No, no, of course not. I live in Spain, yeah. You don't see from my tanned complexion, obviously. I just play. I usually use Sky Go when I'm watching on the iPad and stuff, but it's just, Sky is really far behind for streaming service. The Zone are much closer to real time. Still like 30 seconds behind or something like that, but it's definitely better. I'm not actually in Spain. If people are wondering, that wasn't obvious enough. Maybe the sarcasm was too much there. Right, about 80 seconds left in this half then we can start to dissect what has been a wonderful game of football so far. It was absolutely riveting, lads. I love watching Ireland slot football. There's nothing makes me happier than watching slot ball. It's so good. It's just so good, isn't it? I love watching us pass the ball around and just not do anything. It's makes me so happy. You live in Spain with a silent S. Yes, exactly. Pain is my location. Yes, exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself. God, we're really just not an entertaining team to watch, are we? Salah in now. Go on. That's a pen, surely no, or something, no? Not even any appeals, no. Salah just bundled over in the box. Doesn't look to be anyone appealing, Frank. I'd like to see that again. Igor Thiago now in the far side with Brentford's. Ball in, Andy Robertson. Well in, Robbo. Good tracking back to get across and clear that one out for a corner. Bradley Warren said Connor shaves his head and beard and becomes Craig 2.0. I don't think I'm going to shave my head, to be honest. I think I'll be uh, disowned by the missus if I was to go bald that way, because it's just not for her. No offense against bald people, just it's not for me. I gave myself like a buzz cut during lockdown and COVID, but that I don't think I really pulled it off, to be honest. Half time anyway. Riveting game of football here at Anfield, of course, 0-0 as it always is with Liverpool, and absolutely it was so much excitement to go through, lads. So much excitement. Where do we even start? Get your thoughts in on that first half anyway. Again, not been great, has it? Let's look at the poll then. So, do you really believe that Arne Slot should be given a chance to turn this round? 88% have said no. So there we go. That's where we're at, lads. 88% of people do not believe he deserves it, but it does look like he's been given a chance for God knows why. People saying there's booing. Is that right? Is there actually booing? I obviously don't have the sound on because again, I live in Spain and I'm watching on a stream where I can't have the sound on, but yeah, everyone's just saying boring, isn't it? Like, no, that's just me. Sorry, lad. Sorry. Yeah, it's not been great, has it? It's just another one of them games where we hit the post from a free kick, and that was pretty much it. A few half chances, but again, it's nothing too groundbreaking or riveting, is it? Right, look at the stats then. You would think it was a decent game going off the stats. So 61% possession to Liverpool. That's good. We had the ball more, of course. 13 shots, 3 on target. Like, how do we have 13 shots and only have 3 on target? Like, that's our season every week as well. Like, it's just excuse me, our quality of chances, our quality of shots is so poor. Like, just like we spam shots from outside the box, over the best. Some go on target. We might get 1 or 2 goals, but again, there's no actual pattern of play, no um, plan to put the ball in the back of the net. It's very much just hold on to the ball, pass it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Canate passes it to Virgil, Virgil back to Canate, Canate back to Virgil, Virgil back to Allison, Allison back to Virgil, Virgil on to McAllister, McAllister messes up, and then they get the ball back, and then they probably score 3 or 4. That's just how our season goes. Right. Timer, Connor. Yes. There we go. There's my inexperience showing now. Thank you very much. I've turned off the timer. Um, Eddie Cox Wilkins said, "You're doing a really good stream, Connor. Keep it up." Thank you very much. Um, Again, I was nervous coming on today because like you don't know what to expect given what's going on the last few days and the fact that I don't do live stuff usually. But I'm enjoying it. I'm getting there. Wish the game was a bit more exciting, but I'm enjoying interacting with everyone. Let me dip back into the super chat then. So member chat from Nick Raymond said, "Loving the back passes, lad. Makes me warm and fuzzy. There's nothing I love more than just like. Is there anything more comforting? You're just there. You're just tucked up in bed. You're all happy. And then you're just like, oh." Remember that time Van Dijk passed the ball back? It's lovely, lads, lovely. I love watching the ball go back to the goalkeeper yet again. Especially when it's Mamardashvili. Oh God, there's nothing makes me happier than seeing the ball go back to Mamardashvili's right foot instead of his left. Oh, it just makes me buzzing. It gives me them warm, cozy feelings inside. What else we got then? Solid nap time, to be honest. Yep, that's pretty much it. Man City won, Bournemouth won. Is that the great comeback there for Bournemouth? Or Man City, Bournemouth? They're not even playing each other. Someone lying in the chat. Man City won, Bournemouth won. Oh, that's the other day, wasn't it? Yeah. FSG have decided to back this crap. Yeah, it does look like it, and again, it's baffling. Like if they pull this off, let's just say that if they pull this off and we somehow are just fantastic next year, then I'll just stop questioning everything in life. To be honest, like if they actually figure this out somehow, you know what? I'll sit back and go, you know what? Fair play. No one saw that coming. You managed it, but I'm very, 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 very skeptical of that happening because again, does anyone truly believe it? A lot of people ask me where Craig is. Again, like I've said, he's taking a few days out to see what he wants to do long term. But you're stuck with me today, so if you don't want to watch me, then that's fair enough. I completely understand that. But again, Craig isn't here today, so you are stuck with me. Right, what have we got? Please explain where Craig is and where he's from. Again, Craig's at home. Craig is safe. Craig is fine in that regard. He doesn't know what he wants to do long term on the channel. And like I said, you're stuck with me for today. But Craig, if you're asking where is Craig, he's at home. That's all I can say. Footy Banter said, "Why is Slot still here?" It's the $1 million question, isn't it? Like, does anyone actually have an answer? Like, can someone please tell me, like, why is he still here? Please tell me. Just give me some sort of optimism or reason why he should be here. But where's Craig? He's at home. He's at home. All right. Craig is on sabbatical. Give Connor some AA love. There we go. Thank you very much. That's from Liz. Liz, you haven't reminded us everyone to hydrate yet. You have to get the liquid into us. Maybe he has dirt on John W. Henry. Maybe. I'd love to know. Like, I'd love to see the inner workings of this. Like, who made the decision? Like, is it like if Richard Hughes is deciding on Arne Slot's future? Let's say, like, why? Why is he being given that opportunity? Or same with Michael Edwards. Like, if they're not going to be here long term, then surely it should be the likes of John W. Henry or Mike Gordon or whoever in FSG. Surely they should be making the decision here. And there was some chatter of that as well. Like, is it a case of if Slot has gone, is Richard Hughes gone as well? Because they really are in it together. It really does seem like it's the two of them as a pair almost, rather than just one or the other. So maybe one Slot is sacked in probably October because again, does anyone see him making a pass there? Maybe Richard Hughes does go at that point, but it's such a mess. And I'd love to see what conversations are actually being had. Like what circumstances are they looking at? Like I can understand some of the stuff. Like fair enough, we maybe don't have quite a deep enough squad as we'd like. Maybe there's a certain profile of player we're missing, like such as an Adam Horton, let's say, or another fast winger. Like yes, I can fully understand that. But again, like I said, where's the plan to actually get the ball to the striker? Where's the plan to put the ball in the back of the net? Because we should at this point be getting better. But when you look at the average positions and passing networks and the inner stats and the deeper stuff, like it's not. It's really not. Right. It's Boniface. I'd rather we take players on and risk losing possession than keep passing the ball. Passing the ball back. Absolute shite. Yep, it's just one of them things. And again, that's just what we do every week. But thank you very much for your super chat. Itachi said, possession is good, we were unlucky. I feel like we're unlucky in terms of Salah's free kick not going in. We're unlucky in terms of Rio's chance not going in, but general play, not great. But yeah, I would agree. I'd agree that we're unlucky not to be probably at least one up. But then you could say we're lucky that we have Alisson in net to save that shot from Kevin Shada as well. So realistically, it probably should be 1-1 or maybe 2-1 to us. But I don't think we've been playing them off the park or anything like that. How do we allow Alonso to go to Chelsea? Now, that is sorry, I just got distracted from in chat there. I'll just close off chat while I'm reading this one. So, how do we allow Alonso to go to Chelsea? My guess from what we've been hearing from stuff and what we've read in the media and stuff would be Liverpool simply just aren't as convinced of Xabi Alonso as some other people are. Like, it's not as dead certain that he will be an absolute hit, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like to us, he's a Liverpool legend. He's done the invincible season with Bayer Leverkusen, done a good job results-wise at Real Madrid. Got the sack, of course, because politics in Madrid, like the players have too much power, and ultimately it didn't work out. But his win rate and stuff was very good still. Like, he's a top-level manager, but it does come with question marks still. Like, could he handle a job the magnitude of Liverpool? Would it end up being the same as Real Madrid with falling out with players and stuff? Would it be a case of too much squad change in terms of he wants to play 3 at the back? He's not Premier League proven, maybe, to bring that into the discussion. I'm not saying I agree with these things, but I'm sure this is stuff the club would have looked at and tried to figure out. But it just ultimately seems like the club didn't really want him. Like, because I think if he was the first choice, I think Slot would have been sacked back in like February or March, and he would have come in, but just wasn't the case. So I'd imagine Alonso just wasn't top of their list. And if you had to ask me, if I had to guess, I would say Julian Nagelsmann is top of the list, especially if Michael Edwards is involved. Like, I know he's a big fan of him, and I think he wants him back in 2024, if not mistaken, but Nagelsmann was kind of caught up with other jobs, and I do wonder, will it be a case of, like, back Slot now, hopefully he can turn it around, but if not, if we have to hit the big red button in October, then Julian Nagelsmann could be available, given the fact that he's finished the World Cup with Germany and stuff. Like, we're not going to get Nagelsmann now. Like, earliest we will get him is probably a week before the season starts at this point, so it's not ideal. So maybe it is the plan of maybe Slot turns it around, or if not, Nagelsmann will come in then halfway through next season. But in terms of Alonso, it must just be Liverpool didn't want him, which again, don't really agree with the decision, but that's probably what their logic was. Nessie said, team of the season for you, Connor. Arsenal. I think Arsenal have been the team of the season. I don't really have the time to do a full 11, to be honest, now at the minute, but I think it would have to be dominated by Arsenal players. I think Bruno Fernandes winning the Premier League Player of the Year was interesting. I feel if you're looking at like individual quality and individual dragging a team along, I can see that. And especially when you look at like Arsenal, it's not like they've had one player who scored 30 goals. Like I say, if we won the league and Salah had bagged in 30 goals, you'd expect Salah wins it. If Man City had won it this year, maybe look at Erling Haaland scored nearly 30 goals and give it to him. But with Arsenal, it probably is a matter of, it's more of a unit rather than an individual player standing out for quality, isn't it? So I can kind of understand the Bruno shouts for Player of the Year, but don't know if I would have given it to him or not. But I will try team of the season at some point, but not right now at this current moment. And thank you for your super chat, Nessie. Mark Bell said, doing a great job, Connor. Thank you very much, Mark. Spelled my name horrendously wrong there, but I will let you off for that one. John, is it Edinger or Erdinger? I always hear Craig saying Erdinger, but looking at it here, it's Edinger. So John, I would say, not W. Henry, John Edinger. So he said, Slot, Hughes and Edwards must go. We are now a total joke in the league. P.S. I love you, Craig. I want you back. I love you too, Connor, but you know what I mean. Of course, I get you, John. Don't worry. Slot, Hughes and Edwards must go. Can't disagree outside of it's a lot of change and it's a lot of rebuilding to do. But at this point, like if they're genuinely not going to sack him, which it looks like they're not, like it's just, and I know I say this every single day on this channel, but like if that is genuinely the decision that's being made, then I don't care at this point. Just get rid of them all. But thank you very much, John, for your super chat. Much appreciated, and completely get where you're coming from. Don't worry about. Footy Banter said, "What's the plan with Liverpool now? Slot stays." Now, I think it's just like we've seen transfer talk starting to come out already. Like there was David Ornstein speaking about Yan Diamonde, and then it was actually something I wanted to bring up on Yan Diamonde quickly. So Romano was speaking about it. He said, Liverpool are tracking Bradley Barcola, but PSG will refuse to sell him unless they secure a replacement forward like RB Leipzig's Yan Diamonde. if Diamande chooses to join PSG, Barcola will become a concrete transfer option for Liverpool. Now, this is something I was kind of bringing up a few weeks back as a theory. Like, is it a case of if we get Diamande, then that's our winger sorted? Or is it a case of Diamande goes to PSG, that frees up Bradley Barcola, who potentially is our top target, and we get him instead? Is it this little transfer merry-go-round almost? Maybe like Harvey Elliott goes to Leipzig, Diamande goes to PSG, Barcola comes to Liverpool. It could be something like that. And if you were to ask me which one I prefer, I would probably say Yan Diamande, just because he's a little bit older. Or sorry, not Yan Diamande, Bradley Barcola. If you were to ask me which one I prefer, I would say Bradley Barcola due to the fact he's a little bit older. Liverpool as a club like to, I think what was the phrase before was basically like to buy players who have already had some sort of a career. So I think Barcola will be the top choice, but Yan Diamande is not a bad option for second at all. The Fenian said Slot is a yes man for Hugwards, not a manager. Hugwards, I've never heard of him before. That's a good one. See, I don't know if he is or not. That's the thing, because we've seen reports from Benz at the time was saying about that, like Liverpool have put on these things for like looking at young lads, looking at the academy prospects, and he didn't turn up, and there was a falling out between him and some of the higher ups in that regard. And then there was talk of Slot himself wanting Bradley Barcola last year, but Richard Hughes insisted on keeping Rio and making sure he played. So in that regard, he's probably not a yes man. So it's hard to know like whether that is like fair enough. He's not going to be like the big massive personality that wins over the crowd, and the crowd will back him over the likes of Hughes and Edwards or Hugwards, if you said. Maybe in that regard, like he will be the smaller cog, let's say, rather than the big all-encompassing fella like Jurgen Klopp was. So I can see that argument, but in terms of meaning yes man, it's kind of hard to know if he is or not in that regard, because like I said, he fell out with Richard Hughes over that Rio stuff. So your guess is as good as mine, really. John Edinger has confirmed it is Edinger, not Erdinger. Look at this, getting the tea delivered to me and everything. Thank you very much. Running out of the room again. People definitely must slave me for how light that tea is. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm a milk merchant. Oh, that's lovely. It's raining better than a cup of tea, lads. Well, outside of slot ball, it's raining like slot ball is number one, a cup of tea second. But like watching slot ball with a cup of tea, whew, it's too good. I'm having too much fun over here. Right, what else have we got in the chat? George Rossiter, thank you very much for your I don't know if super chat or a super sticker, but thank you very much either way. Players are back out on the pitch now. We are getting ready for the second half. Craig's just texted me coffee is better. It is better in some regards, but I've already had about 2 coffees today, so we're on the tea. So Craig is watching. Hello, Craig. Send a super chat, you bum. Stop texting me on WhatsApp. Cheapskate. Message me on WhatsApp. Direct line, like. Just send a super chat, like, dress them, would you? That's not builder's brew, not strong enough. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not a builder though, am I? So. Right, we're getting ready to get back underway here now. Let me get the clock ready. There we go. Soboslai kicks us off. Do we do the decent thing? We do. Straight out to the right hand side. Cody Gakpo on the right hand side now for some reason. Salah looking like he's through the middle. I'm sure that will swap back in a second, but for the current moment. Right, what have we got in the chat? Watching slot balls like having to watch your childhood pet get put down. Jesus Christ. I mean, there's not much that beats or worse than watching your childhood pet get put down, but I think that might be a little bit harsh. Alex McAllister trying to take it down, but just bounces off his foot and goes to a Brentford player. Rio and Gamoha on the left now, getting hassled and harried again. I think it's a throw into Liverpool. Again, yeah, he's doing well there. Like, he's been physically dominated on that side. Like, the Brentford lads are big lads, but he's doing alright for himself, Rio. Missed the farming vids, Conor. We need more Crosby's farm vlogs. Maybe again at some point. I don't really be on the tractor too often, but when I am again, I will take a video for you. shock Maka gives it away. I don't know. Rio needs to muscle up. He's not doing too bad, to be fair. He's getting shoved over and stuff, but he's winning free kicks out of it, like. And like he is a small fella. He's never going to be huge. He could do with a little bit more of a muscle mass, let's say. But again, he's like what 17, 18. Like he will get bigger and flesh out as he grows up, and I'm sure he will be a little bit stronger. But for the time being, he's doing well up against like tough opposition there, like tough physically. I mean, Liz Golden said, "How much for a night in the new office?" VRBO. How much for a night? As in, like, to stay off the Airbnb? Like, I think I'd want to ask Craig about that, really, to be honest. For you, Liz, you get friends and family discount, but everyone else have to pay the full price, which is at least I think it's £5 the night. Craig was saying you start at. Villa have scored 1-1. What does that say for the table then? So Villa will secure fourth then at this rate. Even if we win this game, um, Villa will secure fourth with a draw there. So not looking great for Bournemouth getting Champions League football. Which again doesn't really bother me too much, but it would be nice to see Bournemouth get in if they could, as long as it's not ahead of us. Gakpo's useless. I feel like that's a bit harsh. Like he's not been fantastic today. He's not been great this season, but again he's playing out of position, and I like Gakpo overall. I don't think he should be starting week in week out, but like I think if you brought in someone else, so Gakpo could be used as a backup, and I think he's more than good enough to be backup. Gakpo, they're getting the ball that time. I've got to check how many touches he had actually. That's a game we always like to play, and I always send it to Craig every like half time. Just like, how many touches has a striker taken today? Right, where are we going? Lineups. Right, so Cody Gakpo has had 23 touches today. Oh my god, Jesus, that's a lot of touches, isn't it? 3-0 United against Brighton, 2-0 Palace, or Arsenal against Palace, must say. Sunderland 2-0. That looked like they're going to be leapfrogging Brentford in at this rate, getting not Champions League. I can't speak anymore. The T's going to be head, lads. So many screens open and stuff as well. Right, so obviously a corner in. And headed away by Brentford. Out as far as Gravenberch. Curtis Jones now. Go back to the keeper. Go on. You know what you want to. Out to Rio now on the left hand side. Nice little step over, gets across, and it's a corner to Liverpool. We've had a lot of corners today, haven't we? This is our ninth, I believe. Right, so Sunderland up to 7th now. They're ahead of Brighton in the table. So at current moment, it's Liverpool in 5th, Bournemouth 6th, Sunderland 7th, and Brighton 8th, with Brentford falling down to 9th, and Chelsea falling down to 10th. Right, another corner now. So obviously he's moving Luke Side Sport Bottle. That's it, lads. The Luke Side Sport Bottles were too close. He's moved them an inch now, so it'll be all good. That was what was wrong. It was the Luke Side Sport Bottles. He goes short. Out to Andy Robertson now, ball in. Kanate gets the head to it, but just kind of flicks off the back of the head there and goes out for a goal kick to Brentford. God, I love football, lads. Love it. Bit of a shirt pulling there. I don't think anyone's really appealing for anything, but again, it's not been a rip roaring start to the second half. Right, Kelleher now, the most beautiful man on the pitch, kicks the ball out, and Liverpool win it back, and then give it away, and then win it back again. Oh, hey, Rio now coming down the left hand side. Go on. I tried too much. Runs out of play. I feel like these are the things they will get better at, though. I feel like Rio's not quite the finished article just yet, but at least he has a bit of pace and trickery there. But yeah, you can see like the inexperience and naivety at times. But I'm not having a go at him whatsoever. Like he's been one of the most bright sparks on the pitch so far. But that will come with age, of course. Like he's stupidly young. Like I can't imagine doing anything at that age. Salah now on the right hand side. Cuts inside, lays off to Maka. Come on. Too slow again. Just fucking move the ball. Rio back to Maka. Pass to Salah. Come on. Oh, gets a decent shot off. Hard to get power on the way he kicked it there, but he got down. Kelleher's left hand side. Kelleher gets down and deals with that fairly handily in the end. Done well to get a shot off there though, but yeah, just still no breakthrough here. Would be nice to see Salah on the score sheet today, of course, with his last game, or if Andy Robertson could get himself a goal as well. Even other players, like if this could be Joe Gomez's last chance to score for Liverpool. Like there's a lot of chatter around him leaving in summer, so hopefully if he gets on the pitch, he might finally score. I seen he scored a absolute belter of a goal in training. Don't know if anyone's seen that on Twitter or X, as some people like to call it for some reason. But yeah, Joe Gomez scored a screamer in training, so maybe that's a good omen for today if he comes on. And my clock's like 1 second ahead. Let me pause for a sec. There we go. Salah trying to weave his way through there, but it's out for a goal kick to Brentford. Big smile on Mo's face today, of course. I'm sure he'll be trying to take in every last second of this that he can. It's going to be emotional, lads, isn't it? Like, as exciting as this game's been now, just to watch Salah and Robbo get their proper farewell afterwards, it's going to be emotional. I promised myself I wouldn't cry on camera, but who knows? Or the really crazy thing is, or maybe it wouldn't have happened at the same time, but like Jurgen Klopp was meant to have left Liverpool today. Like his initial contract when he signed it was to 2026, I believe. Maybe I got that wrong. Someone said that the other day. That like imagine it was like Robertson, Salah, and Jurgen Klopp all leaving today. Can you imagine the tears then? Yeah, it was on 2026. Yeah. So like maybe if Klopp was here, maybe he would have signed another extension. Maybe Salah wouldn't be leaving, but um could you imagine the heartbreak? Imagine Salah and Klopp as well as Andy Robertson, potentially Allison as well, all leaving at the same time. Could you imagine? Motorhome Dreamer said I nearly teared up at seeing Salah's oldest girl scoring that goal, the cup clip. Yeah, I remember. Like, is it Maka Salah? Her name is like she scored. God, how many years ago was that? I remember Salah was on the pitch with Golden Boot. I think it was the year we just barely missed out on the league title, but his daughter was on the pitch like kicking the ball into the net, and now like she's all grown up. Like it's just like he's been here what 9 years, and it's just been some of the best years of my footballing life. Definitely give us some of the best memories of all the football I can remember throughout my life. But it's gonna be such a sad time to see him leave. But it's probably the right time if we're being honest. Intrigued to see where he goes next though, because the only like club specifically we've seen him really linked with is Fenerbahce, and then some very loose links with Juventus and a lot of chatter around Saudi as you would expect, because well that's the obvious destination for an old player, isn't it? So Spurs still 1-0 up, West Ham still 0-all. It does look like West Ham are on the way down there, which isn't great for West Ham. Not doesn't really affect us to be fair, but Roberto De Zerbi, who would have thought he was new Sam Allardyce for these great escapes? Of course, if Spurs do stay up, there's a good chance Andy Robertson goes there. So that's is it good? Is it bad? It'd be nice to see him still in the Premier League. Still nice to see him if he can break some of them records for like assists and stuff from fullback. But if it's not for Liverpool, then it's not as good. But like, it would be nice to see him stick around in the Premier League. To be honest. Right, Alison Becker now plays it out towards Salah. Can't get to it. Oh, he hit Slot in the face. Well in, Allison. Well in. Ball out, and I think it bounced off Slot's head. Itachi's so slow and bad. Oh my god. Yeah, it's fucking terrible, isn't it? Again, we're sitting here just watching this utter dross. Even like the chances, or just like a moment of magic from Rio, or Salah taking a good free kick. It's not just like we've carved them open. I don't think there's been any passage of play where I was like, oh, we were so close because we completely ripped them open. Critical. Ha, Ali did that for us. He was definitely aiming for him, 100%. I refuse to believe was that bad a pass that he missed Salah. He was definitely aiming for Slot there. The atmosphere is dire. Is it that bad? I can't hear it obviously, but do let me know if there's any people were saying there was boos at half time. Ooh, ball in there. Was that Gakpo out with a head injury? And Kelleher's gone down here as well. They're both back up, doesn't look too bad. Chelsea have scored, I think people said, is it? 2-1 there. What does that say then? So, Sunderland are now 7th, Chelsea in 10th still. Tom Hughes, genuinely painful to watch. I mean, seriously bad. It's just like, I feel like, especially the second half, I've just been looking at the chat, to be honest. I've barely seen any of the game. I look down and it's just the ball's in midfield all the time. Make a few changes or do something like. Anfield very quiet, people are saying. Ball still in the halfway line now with Brentford. They played forward. Ooh, good interception there from Van Dijk. Curtis Jones now heads it away. Dominic Szoboszlai heads on to Gakpo. Good ball. Come on, Salah down the right now. Salah on the right. See, can you find someone? Oh, what a ball. 1-0, Curtis Jones. Salah outside of the boot assist. Jones bundles it into the net. What a ball from Salah. Jones doesn't look too happy. What's going on there? VAR, for what? Motorhome Dreamer saying VAR. Oh, Salah off. I think he's on there. Yeah, people in the shower saying it's onside. Hopefully, that was, what a ball. Properly picked him out there. Salah with that trademark outside of the boot. Curtis looks depressed. I think he was just worried about VAR there, or else he's just not fussed. You make up your decision on that one. Chat should be ahead of me. I should have a look. Goal given. There we go. Papering over cracks. It is. It is. Like, we probably deserve to be winning this game, but again, like, it's not been rip-roaring football. It's not been fantastic, but look, 3 points, 3 points. And if we get to the Champions League, then we just have to see that as a positive ultimately. Good to see Salah getting an assist, of course. Last game for him. Nice to get him on the score sheet now next, but he is getting something out today. He has an assist, which is always good to see. Curtis Jones, of course, likely to leave, so good to see him getting a goal and possibly his last game as well. Jordan Henderson being subbed now by Brentford, everyone rising to their feet in Anfield, give him a send off. I know Salah was highlighting this as well. Getting a hug from Curtis Jones coming off, and look, don't agree with what Henderson done after he left Liverpool, but as a Liverpool player, he was fantastic, gave us everything, and probably one of the best captains the club's ever had in terms of the trophies we got under him. So, look, nothing but respect for Jordan Henderson in that regard, but nice to see him getting a proper clapping or approval from the Anfield crowd as well, which is good. I'm sure he might get something at the end of the game as well, just in terms of some recognition from the fans. He did save football after all, you know. Single-handedly, you know. But yes, it is Liverpool 1, Brentford 0, which would, of course, secure our place in the Champions League, which was never really in doubt today, was it? Makes very interesting now for Bournemouth, though, because if we win this game and if Villa slip up, Man City currently 1-1 with Villa. If Manchester City can find a winner there, then Bournemouth are getting Champions League. Dave said, what was up with Jones' celebration? Looked angry. He did look angry, didn't he? I think he was just more thinking he might have been offside, so he was trying not to celebrate too much. But yeah, he did look angry. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. He looked like he was just like, fucking scored a goal, gonna fucking slot gonna stay now, wasn't he? It was very much like that, wasn't it? Rather than just being like, don't know if that was in or not. Yeah, he did look a bit mad, which is strange. ESG Soccer said, we seem miserable. Slot is staying, isn't he? Not wrong, we do seem miserable, and He probably is staying at this point, which is incredibly, incredibly baffling and disappointing. But again, where we are, we are. We'll discuss that length over the summer, I'm sure. But for today, let's just try to enjoy Salah and Robbo's last game and try to celebrate the little wins in getting into the Champions League. God of Anfield said, with Jones' lack of celebration gives a hint of him leaving. Don't know if I'd read into it too much, to be honest. It probably is just a case of just he didn't think it was going to be given, so he just looked kind of neutral. I feel like he wasn't like fuming at scoring a goal, you know what I mean? I wouldn't read into it too much, but still a big chance he leaves because Inter Milan are sniffing around and it does seem like he does want to go. Salah now on the right hand side. Oh, come on. He's doing one of them mazy runs where he just keeps moving his feet and the ball stays with him. Corner to Liverpool. Ooh, 2-1 Villa. Okay, that definitely cements us in fifth then if it says like that. Aston Villa are 2-1 up against Manchester City. Could you imagine if City had won the other game now against Bournemouth? Imagine this came down to the last game of the season and then Villa were beating City. Sorry, I'm just having flashbacks here now to when oh god. I was just thinking of when Coutinho scored them goals for Villa and then City came back and won. Ugh. What was the other one? I think was it oh, was that disallowed? Motorhome saying still 1-1. I'll check back in a second. What was the other game? Remember we were over in the beer keller in Liverpool and I think it was one of the was it the first season where we got like 95 or 6 points? It was one of them years anyway where we're just like ridiculously good. But Brighton went 1-0 up against City. And I remember we went fucking mental for about 30 seconds thinking, oh my god, City are actually going to slip up here. And then we just like they had to score like I think it was like 5-1 in the end to City over Brighton and they won the league, but that was it. Ball in from Aston Villa now. Out on the left hand side. Ricochet. Oh no, it's in. 1-1. Of course they'd score. Why wouldn't they fucking score? Brentford is 1-1 now. Don't know who scored the goal. It was played in from left hand side. Ricocheted in. Brentford player got ahead to it. 1-1. Again, doesn't really make much difference in the grand scheme of things, but for fuck's sake, lads. Curtis Jones heads it away, closes down, gets the ricochet, and then I can't see who that is, but someone got a header to us. Shada, was it? Gets ahead of Robertson. Robertson throws a leg at it, but Shada gets his head down, and it's 1-1. Jeers from the crowd, apparently, as well. Oh, lads, love football. Oh. Arne Slot. Na 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 na. 1-1. Liverpool 1, Brentford 1. Hey. Love football. So after all that, we finally got ahead and then we just concede. Again, yet again, we concede. We're already at record levels of conceding goals. Is it something like, was it 100 years or something stupid since we conceded that many goals? It's something ridiculous, anyway. Probably not 100 years, but yes, we have conceded a stupid amount of goals this year and we just conceded another one. Fantastic. Even on the day like it is, the sun is shining, the sun is out, and we're big over the line just yet against Brentford. I know we're disrespecting Brentford, but like any season, you see Brentford on the last day, you're going, grand, that's 3 points at home. You know what I mean? Like we should just be beating Brentford at home. Soboslai now running away, getting out to Salah on the right hand side. Salah back in towards Soboslai. Curtis Jones making a nice run if Soboslai can find him. He doesn't. He goes back out to Salah. Salah cuts back inside and plays back to Gravenberch in midfield, who plays it across. Van Dijk, play back to the keeper, go on. Roberts now out to Rio on the left hand side. Christian Wint said, we played a whole game like we're 3-0 up and just seeing out the game. No attacking intensity, no creativity. We get lucky with goals like Jones' goal. Couldn't have said it better myself. Like, it is just a matter of moments. Like, Craig highlighted this back 6 months ago, I'd say, and he said, Adam from FUTV used to say the same thing about Man United. It's moments FC. Like, it's just, we play bang average 4 or 5 out of 10 football, and then we just have a moment of brilliance from one lad, or a corner comes in and we get ahead to it, or something. Like, it's never just like ripping a team apart. There's not been one part of this game where we've actually like ripped them apart once. Never. Like, it hasn't happened. Like, it's been pure great ball in from Salah on the break, got into Jones. Jones bundled it in. Fair play goal. Salah hit the post from a free kick. Again, a moment of magic. Rio cut in from the left, took a shot from 20 yards out, nearly went in. Like, it's just, again, no identity, no style of play, no intensity, no passion. There's nothing. It's like you said, it's like we're playing and we're 2 or 3 goals up at all times, but we just never are. I can't remember the last time we won a game by more than 2 goals. It's okay, lads. Lot just needs a few players. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Nessie. Yeah. Wait till you see when we get a winger. Oh my God, this team's gonna be so different. Just wait. Just wait till you see it. One bit of pace up front, and woof, the whole team fixed. Everyone's going to be closing down. The defense is going to be solid. Our new goalkeeper, Mamardashvili, is going to be able to pass the ball. You know, it's the winger. Get the winger in, and we're good. It's all good. My eyes irritate watching this. Look, I know I'm not the best looking fella, but that's a bit harsh. Yeah, look, it's a terrible game to watch, isn't it? Jack Nichols said, only just got in. Where's Craig? Hope he's good. By the way, you're doing an amazing job in his absence. Hope you and family are all good. Thank you very much. Family are all good. Thank you very much for asking. Craig is at home, as I've said multiple times. Craig's taking a few days away just to figure out what he wants to do long term, because obviously, if you haven't seen the recent videos, go look at them and you'll have a bit of context to it. But he's very hurt by the whole situation and wants to just take some time, take some downtime, clear his head, figure out what he wants to do long term. And look, I don't have long term answers here. I don't know what's going on, but we will let you know as soon as we know. Itachi said, "Watch us concede in 90th minute, slot out." It's yeah, it wouldn't shock me one bit. We're doing another water break now. Thank God, get the water into these lads. That's the main thing. Um, like we said, it is of course over 10 degrees in England today, so water breaks are mandatory. Stat here, thank you, Keen, for sending this one on from Anfield Sector. Said Mohamed Salah has assisted a goal for the 93rd time for Liverpool in the Premier League, surpassing Steven Gerrard's 92 assists as he as the outright most for the club in the competition. That is, it's fitting, isn't it? It really is fitting just to break that record today in his final game, surpass Steven Gerrard for the amount of games assisted in. That is some achievement, in fairness. Keith Andrews now just giving the Brentford boys a pep talk. Arna Slot over there just probably looking up flights to Dubai. West Ham 1-0, is that right? Ooh, it is. West Ham beating Leeds. Right, so we need Everton to turn around against Spurs then. It's not over yet, lads. West Ham are fighting. Slot checking his flight times. Yeah, he's just checking to see if he can get booking an Uber to the airport later. Well, it's not far from him anyway. Going home, he just walk from there anyway, so. I think Wirtz is coming on as well, which is good to see. Did we see Leeds post earlier, actually, by the way, like the best match day poster I think I've ever seen. So they had a picture of like a subway station or an underground, whatever you want to call it, and had Leeds players going up, and then the other side, the other going down. You can just see Somerville's hand, like with the glove and the West Ham shirt. It's just like Somerville going down. It's just like that is absolute peak shithousery from a football club. Love that kind of stuff. We need more of that. Need more needle. Need a bit more just like banter between clubs. Like it's all too nicey on social media. I want to see the admins, different clubs having a go at each other. Did Wirtz come on after? I didn't actually see. I don't think he's come on just yet to see who's come off. Where is Craig Houlden host? I don't know who Craig is, but if you ask me Craig again, he's at home. Like I've said, easiest way to explain it. Craig is at home. Jacob said, Connor, the data and AI show that Slot is breaking records and he should stay. That's probably what's happening. It's ChatGPT, isn't it? It's just like, is Arne Slot good enough for Liverpool? Arne Slot has broken multiple records this year as Liverpool manager. It's just like, brilliant. That's fantastic. It's like the whole thing. Like, if you ask AI, what was the thing? It's like, I live next door to a car wash. Should I walk or drive? They're like, you should walk. It's closer. It's like, it's no logic. It must be that. Like, Edwards is typing up his little fucking calculator data and it's just coming up with he's breaking records. Look at the long list of records he's broken. He must be brilliant. Without the context that it's bad records he's breaking. Taking Rio off. That'll be interesting there. Is there more booze to this now or? So Rio and Gamoja is coming off for, I believe, Florian Wirtz. Yeah, Wirtz coming on. Is Mo coming off as well, people are saying? Again, I'm a few seconds behind, so maybe he is, but here we come. Frimpong's coming on. Mo Salah's coming off. I won't do the big clap because obviously it's down the microphone, but Mo Salah is being taken off. People will disagree with it, but I suppose it's giving him a proper standing ovation. Probably could have left it a little bit later than this, to be honest, but look, at least he's getting his moments. And again, ultimately, the game doesn't matter too much at this point. Like, we obviously want to win or not lose at least, but at least Salah is getting the send off. He is robbing us of about 15 minutes more, though, isn't he? Like, just the chance to get the goal, but again, I'm not going to get too annoyed about it today. I don't have the energy to get annoyed at today. I'm just sad he's gone. God, that's emotional seeing him clapping everyone and hugging everyone. Richard Hughes there clapping. Robot. Congratulations, Mo. You are a very good player. I want you off Wade Bill. Yeah, it is a bit early to take him off, isn't it? Like, I understand taking him off for the standing ovation, but very early. Even the Brentford players are clapping for Salah. That was nice, yeah. Salah barely acknowledged Salah. I didn't actually look up to know that, to be honest. I was looking at the chat. Um, Look, again, it is what it is. I'm not going to get too mad about it today. It's sad. It's just really sad to see him leaving. Yeah, I'd agree with people in the chat. It is too early, but um, would have been nice to see him get another chance to score a goal before he headed off. But look, that Slot's probably his last fuck you to Mo, really, isn't it? Give him a standing ovation, but give it too early. Tim Reynolds, crowd can boo at the end now. Salah's off. There we go. You take Robbo off now in a minute, and it's pure just boo away then after that, 'cause you're not booing the boys. Was there boos when Rio came off, by the way? I remember he got booed last time he took him off. So let me know if that's if that was a factor or not. Again, I can't hear audio. Brentford right hand side now, ball in, Shada. Ooh, good. Who was that? Was it Kanate down now? Went in for a header. He's up again. Kanate won the header, but he looked like he went down with a head injury. He's back down again now. Some people saying some boo, some saying no boo. Probably not as bad as last time then, anyway. I know Salah came off, Craig. Kanate's still down here with a head injury. I hope he's not having to come off. ESG soccer, these kits are horrible to add to the disaster. I don't think they're horrible, to be honest. I think they are quite nice, but let's hope there's happier memories in this kit than the old one. Kits or pyjamas. Are people that split on the kits? I thought most people like the kits, to be honest. Although I could just like convert this one when it was with Tipex with like random lines and triangles and stuff. It'd be the same thing basically. Kanate's back on his feet now, and hopefully he can continue. Again, Ben Jacobs said just before the game that an announcement around him is imminent, so hopefully right after the game we should hear something on whether he's staying or going. The kits and shorts don't match. Yeah, that's annoying, to be fair. That is horrendous. Been better with the Adidas trefoil badge, 100%. Yeah, that would have been nice. I don't know why they didn't, to be honest. I think some of the away kits do, but the home ones don't. Kanate's up on his feet, running along sideline now anyway, so it does look like he's ready to continue, which is good. Darren England drops the ball back to Allison and we're back underway. Kit designed by Slot. I don't think so. I don't quite think he designed the one in 89 either. Right, so we're back underway. Soboslai with the ball now in midfield, and it's a free to Brentford apparently, because again we touched anyone at all, and it's a free kick to Brentford. That's how it works. Referee's not actually been that bad today, to be honest, but it does feel like all year we've just been, you do anything at all, it's free against us. Gravenberch there leaving one in a bit late on Igor Thiago. Kit is broken like the squad. Yeah, it's like the shirt is the squad. Like it's good, it looks good and all. But then you match it with the shorts, then it's shit. It's a good summation really of where we are. Good squad, just not lined up properly. Atmosphere going downhill, said Motorhome. Again, I can't hear it, so any insight in that regard is much appreciated. Ooh, Kanate takes out Brentford player there, the yellow card for Kanate. Doesn't really seem like a yellow, to be honest, but look, again, doesn't really matter at this point. Nobody would support Arne Slot next season. That's the thing, like, again, like, surely common sense has to come in at some point. Like, it's going to be so toxic. Like, if we don't win the first, like, 10 games the next year, there will be just so much talk of this again to be like, what the fuck are we doing? And, um, again, the mind baffles. It really does. How are we looking at? So Spurs are still beating Everton 1-0 and West Ham are beating Leeds 1-0. So currently West Ham will be going down if it stays like that. No John W. Henry there today or Werner Edwards. Yeah, that's a good point. They usually are there for the last game of the season, aren't they? So that'll be interesting. I don't know if they are there or not. Maybe they are, but we haven't seen them. But doesn't look like it. Free kick to Brentford now anyway. Swung in towards the keeper. It's over the bar. Right, we're into the last 10 minutes of this absolutely glorious season. I'm going to be sad now, no football to watch for months, you know. No slap ball for 2 or 3 months. It's going to be hard, you know. Just love him so much, you know. Just love this brand of football so much. That's a free, but no, apparently not. Again, we get away with nothing. They get away with everything. Brentford on the break now. Plays in Igor Thiago on the left hand side. Takes a shot, pulls it across the goal, but it's gone out for a. It's not. I thought it was gone out for a goal kick. It actually stayed in. Right hand side now with Brentford. Florian Wirtz is back there to scoop the ball away. Does well there to get past the Brentford player and played into Maka, who goes back to Andy Robertson. He boots it out, and it's a throw into us. There we go. Played quickly. Look at that. We finally played the ball quickly. Gakpo now striding up the pitch. Plays it out far right towards Curtis Jones, making a good run there. Frimpong down the right. Curtis Jones finds Wirtz, who tries to snap at it, but puts it ultimately wide. God, lads, what is this? 2-0 Fulham, apparently. It's also 2-0 West Ham, people are saying. Oh, is Robbo coming off now as well? I'm not ready for this, lads. I'm not ready. Robbo off. Kirkes and Trainioni coming on, as well as Ryan Gravenberch coming off. I'm not ready for this, lads. I'm not ready to say goodbye to these boys. Robbo now getting hugs off everyone. Oh, lads, this is emotional. Again, I would clap, but I'm not clapping down the microphone. It'll only break all your ears. Nice to see the Brentford players clapping as well. Respect John to a legend. I suspect it's probably not the last we're seeing of Andy Robertson in the Premier League, but it is very sad to see him leave Liverpool. Would have loved for him to sign a new contract, but it looks like it wasn't really on the table for him, and I can understand to an extent the decision, but I would have loved him just to stay for another year. Like, the thought that Costas Chimica's coming back next year, lads, is terrifying. Gravenberch coming off being like, am I getting this much applause? I know they like me and all, but God, the amount of applause I'm getting is crazy. That's so sad. Just seeing Robbo and Salah now on the bench together. And that's the end of Andy Robertson's career as a Liverpool footballer. God, the years fly, don't they? 2017, the two boys came in, they won everything. Robot newly promoted Hull City. Will be like, I do love them kind of stories where they go back to former clubs, but I would suspect Spurs is probably the way he'll go if Spurs stay up, which it looks very likely now. But I do love those kind of stories, yeah, like players going back to their former clubs. Even like Salah, like if Salah ended up back up at Roma or something, that'd be quite cool. Free out to Liverpool anyway. I think it was a handball on Kevin Shada there. Good to see Trainioni getting a few minutes as well. Of course, he always gets like 2 or 3 minutes at the end, but at least he's getting about 10 minutes today. Jay said slot substitution coming up. Slot being replaced. Yeah, Sebastian Hoeneß, come on out. Andoni Iraola walks out, imagine. No, Isak. I'd say it's just a case of, again, we don't really need anything from this game and he's coming back from injury. I'd imagine that's the thinking. But outside of that, yeah, it's just, again, how's he injured again? You're going to do the player ratings. Yeah, everyone is like a 6, pretty much. No, I don't think I'll do a player ratings video. I'll probably stay on for a few minutes after the game, but I don't think I'm going to do player ratings today. I've like I'm not used to this whole watch long thing, so I'm looking at about 14 different things here. I feel like I haven't watched the game closely enough to tell you how well every specific player's been doing, to be honest. I'll leave that to more tactically minded people and people who are used to watching games like this. But for me it's just, yeah, just get this game out of the way. Just qualify for the Champions League. We'll watch the lads get their farewell and then I head off for the evening then. Motorhome Dreamer said, I still reckon Craig will be proved right. I hope so. I really hope so. I think ultimately, I think he'll be gone at some point, but probably not going to be this week now at this point, the way things are going. Fortnite Pro. This is thrilling football, this. Wow, it really is, isn't it? It's riveting stuff. Absolutely rip-roaring stuff. I can't handle my excitement. As you can clearly see, like, I'm just so happy to be watching slot ball again. Super chat from... Sorry, I actually missed this one earlier from the Bumba Dog. Sorry, it was only a few minutes ago. That was a slot power move, not a fan of it. Mo was playing hard for a goal and better than he had been in months. All to take the foot off and bunker back against the Bees. Just another tone tactic def sub. Gakpo on the break here now, gets dispossessed, comes out to Kirkes, takes a shot over the wire. Slot power move. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. I think it is like he knew he'd be absolutely fucking killed if he like. I feel like if Salah was staying here next year and Slot was staying here next year, I think Slot would have debated leaving him out today because of that whole post on uh, Instagram and stuff. But it was a power move, wasn't it? It was just like he was going to take him off, give him his ovation, but that was very early. Like leave it another 10 minutes, give Salah a chance to score. But look again, I'm not going to get angry about it today. I'm just going to wish the boys well, see them off, and yeah, we'll talk about Slot in detail over the summer. I'm sure. Michael said, "Hope we sign Bowen." I wouldn't mind that at all, to be fair, especially if we could get for a decent price. Like I said, I'd love him as a backup option. Ball in from Soboslai, cleared away by Brentford. Way. Oh, we're so good, lads. We're so good at corners now as well. Thank God. Thank God we sacked Aaron Briggs as well. So we're so good at corners now. Like we're just so good. Uh, Boxwell, thank God the season's over. Great job today, Connor. Much love to you and Craig and the A community. Thank you very much. At least the only positive I can take from today is look, one, we're getting Champions League football somehow. Again, I think it's a fucking miracle that we're in this situation. And two, at least we are calling an end to this season because it's been going on for too long now. This football, I think we could all just do with a break from watching this type of football. Let's get into the Champions League, get into the summer, speak about some transfers, and see where we go from there. But yeah, just get this season finished. There's been too many bad memories this season. Quickly looking around the grounds then. So of course we have Liverpool 1, Brentford 1, Brighton 0, Manchester United 3, Burnley 1, Wolves 1, Crystal Palace 0, Arsenal 2, Fulham 2, Newcastle 0, Manchester City 1, Aston Villa 2, Nottingham Forest 1, Bournemouth 1, Sunderland 2, Chelsea 1, Chelsea have a red card as well, Spurs 1, Everton 0, West Ham 2, Leeds 0. So at this current moment it looks like Bournemouth will not get Champions League football. Like I said, if Villa came 5th, then Bournemouth would have got Champions League spot in 6th, but that's looking very unlikely now due to the fact that Villa are beating City. And the bottom of the table then, Spurs have about 8 minutes to hold on before added time to cling on to their Premier League status. So West Ham are 2-0 up, and Spurs would have to lose that game against Everton for Spurs to go down. Okay, this is an interesting one. Joe Gomez is coming on for Ibrahim Konate. So is this a farewell for Kanate? Is it a farewell for Gomez? Is it a farewell for both of them? Is it just a tactical switch swap? Can't say the words. Um, is it giving Joe Gomez a chance to score a goal in his final few minutes? Who knows? Could be both, yeah, as Motorhome said there. Bored shitless watching this. That's just me, again. um, yeah, it's not been the best 2 games, has it? Especially when it ultimately is a dead rubber for us. Not exactly a rousing applause for Kanate. I couldn't hear it again, but yeah, let me know how the crowd's reacting to all this. 10 minutes added on for fuck's sake. Oh, just let us all sleep, would you? 10 minutes. Do we have to like expand this season anymore? Like 10 minutes. Look, 10 minutes added on. We are. It is what it is. Could have left Salah on to now and took him off now. We would have got 10 minutes to the end. Still. City 2, Villa 2. Oh, come on. If City beat Villa, of course, Bournemouth will get Champions League football to the best of my understanding. We'll get fourth. Or if we win, of course, we have to win this game still. But I actually forgot we weren't winning for a second there. That's the Klopp muscle memory. I just presume we're winning games still in some part of the back of my mind. You just know Brentford are going to score, though, don't you? Brentford ball in, headed away. Kirkes gets it. He bombing down the wing now. Long ball up towards Frimpong on the right hand side. Frimpong tries to take it out to Veert. Veert spins back inside, looks for. He tries to go inside and gets the ball dispossessed. That's brilliant, isn't it? City goal offside. There we go. So it's 2-1 Villa still. So yeah, we can probably say at this point Bournemouth aren't getting Champions League. But look, I'm sure they will be delighted with Europa League, especially given the fact they've never been in Europe before. That is an incredible achievement. Fair play to Andoni Iraola for getting them there. The fact that they've lost like their entire back line, like Kirkes left, Zabarni left, who else left? Dean Howson, Semenyo left mid-season. Like that is a wonderful job Iriola's doing there, to be fair to him. So he won't be there next year, obviously, but look, fair play to Bournemouth. Marco Rose coming in there. They'll have a decent shout at doing something, I think, in the Europa League. But in some way, it's probably better for them to be in the Europa League. At least they can have some chance of competing in that, really. Like, Champions League football is great, but they probably won't going to go too far into the competition. But look, I'm sure they'll be delighted with any form of European football, given the size of the club, given their, like, again, I'm not trying to downplay Bournemouth, but, like, Bournemouth getting European football is an incredible achievement, is what I'm saying, basically. So, yeah, fair play to Bournemouth. Crystal Palace 2, Arsenal 2, is that right? Jesus, they turned that around quick. 89th and 91st minute. Palace are spoiling the Arsenal. Spoiling the Arsenal celebrations here. Like, not that it really matters to them, but fair play to Palace. Oh, again, imagine it had gone down to the last game of the season, and then like Arsenal are dropping 2 goals against Palace at the end. Christian Bale all over again, and then Villa losing to City as well. Imagine. Fortnite Pro. How are we going to survive without slot ball for months? It's going to be difficult, isn't it? Box whale, thank God I had one already. Sorry. Liverbird Army underslot. This felt like the longest season ever. It did, didn't it? Even like we've played less games this year than a lot of other years, and it still felt longer. Hugh Jones, thank you for the super chat. Say bow down to the king of sarcasm, Conor Crosbie. I'll take that. I am a very sarcastic person. I think like my type of humor is extremely dry, let's say. So yeah, sarcasm is definitely one of my specialties. I'll say that. Especially Irish people as a whole. Craig does sarcasm very well as well, and just Irish people as a whole. We're all very sarcastic, especially when you speak to Americans. Americans don't really seem to do sarcasm like we do. So like you have to be careful with sarcasm around American people. Christian Bale makes me like, but I know. Sorry, I'm sorry I even had to bring it up, but the comparison was there. Uh, my ack on 320 said Soboslai, the last samurai. Yeah, he's put a good shift in today as well. To be fair, and it'd be interesting to see does he get the vice captaincy next year once Robbo's gone. But yeah, look, he's given us all this season. He's probably the only player who's been consistently good this year. In fairness to him, as good as like Svekatike have been and other players. Like I think Soboslai, without a doubt, is our player of the year. Palace goal disallowed, was it? Oh, it was 2-1. If Arsenal strikes again. Slot taken off Mo Salah and Rio, the only ones who build up the attacks. Great coaching. Yep, there we go again. Americans live on sarcasm, do they? Any Americans I've ever like known or had interactions with, they don't really seem to do sarcasm. Maybe I'm wrong on this. Maybe it's just the Americans I know. I always had this misconception. Maybe I'm completely wrong on that, and I'm open to being corrected on that. But yeah, for me, I always thought Americans didn't really do sarcasm. 3-0 West Ham. Just really fighting a losing battle here, aren't they? Need Everton to pull off something crazy here. How long has that done the Everton game, do we know? Ball in there, Allison catches it. Gets the ball out quickly to Kirkes down the left hand side. He plays in Dominic Soboslai, run down to left, plays across. Flying Wirtz, he has to score. Doesn't, of course. Good save, Kelleher. I think it was that Gakpo coming in behind nearly got ahead to it when it was deflected, but Florian Wirtz needs to be scoring from there. Soboslai, great ball across Wirtz. I mean, it was kind of a triangle, and Kelleher done very well there, but you'd still expect Wirtz to be scoring from there. Good play from Kelleher there to get down and block it, but Gakpo was agonisingly close as well with the follow up for a header. As an American, we don't do it well. Maybe it's Americans don't like do sarcasm. Maybe they understand it but don't do it the same as Irish. Maybe that's the difference. Wirtz doesn't try, it's so infuriating. I wouldn't go that far. I think Wirtz is doing his best, like, but it's just he's not been as good as we'd hoped this season. Like, I think he will get there, but yeah, he should be doing better this year. But then you can say that with every player on this team. Next season, would there be a chance of you and Craig, because we love him, want him to stay forever, doing some watch-alongs together? Probably not. I think like watch-alongs are Craig seeing if he's still here next year, which hopefully he is. So, look, again, I don't have any long-term answers for what's going to happen, but yeah, that's where we are. Bumbadog said, I still believe Slot will get the bins in the next 48 hours. To do it prior to it have soiled the final game. You never walk alone, Mo and Robbo. Hashtag Sebastian Honus. I'm just struggling to believe in it at this point, to be honest. I would love it. I would love to wake up tomorrow morning or see an announcement this evening to say, like, Arne Slot has left by mutual consent or something. Like, my wish for this season was, let's say if Champions League qualification had been guaranteed before this game, the club announced it, say Slot will be leaving after the final game. For this game, then we can be like, you know what, look, fair play, Slot, you won the league, you can go off now and do whatever else you're going to do, but we can send him off with some respect, because he deserves some respect for winning the league and stuff. But at this current moment, I just don't see it happening. Like, it's just the tide seems to have shifted back the other way again, which is, again, baffling, and I don't agree with it one bit, but it does look like he's going to be here next year, which I can't agree with. Michael Everett said, do you think they're keeping Slot? Oh, good chance there. Ball in from, I didn't see who put it. I think Macca got head to it, but Kelleher clears it. Sorry, Michael Everett said, do you think they're keeping Slot because the manager they want is not available yet? There could be something to that. But then, like, you're already kind of half writing off next season then. Like my theory, if that is true, my theory would be they want Julian Nagelsmann. So let's say they keep Slot until October and then sack him, get Nagelsmann in. But then, like, Nagelsmann's starting on the back foot, if you get what I mean. Like, he's starting mid-season. And I know Klopp started mid-season, and it is possible to change mid-season and for it to work, but you're doing, like, all your transfer business this summer around a manager that won't be here. Like, fair enough, maybe the squad wouldn't need to be changed too much if Nagelsmann came in, but I just don't see any logic to that. Like, I think ultimately you have to shit or get off the pot. Either just fucking back him and give him a new contract and be done with it, or don't. You know what I mean? Get rid of him or give him a new contract. If you really back him, show us. Show us you actually back him. Don't have this thing where it's like, we're going to back him, but then he's actually out contract next year, so God knows what happens then. Like, you know what I mean? We're stuck in this middle shit ground where we are terrible. Slot's still here somehow. No one wants him here, and there's still no long-term plan or stability. It just makes no sense. Thank you, Connor. You did amazing. That was Itachi. Thank you very much, Itachi. I've enjoyed this today, to be fair. The game's been terrible, and we're still not going to win the game, but look, I've enjoyed speaking to all of you guys in the chat, and thank you all very much for being so nice about everything. Ball in there, Brentford nearly get a head on it, was cleared away. Ball back into the box now. Header. Oh, that should have been it. That should have been 2-1. Absolute free header. Keith Andrews' hand is in his head. No, his head is in his hands. Brentford currently sitting 9th. Yeah, they're still playing for something here. Like, they could go 7th if they win here. That is agonising for them. That should have been 2-1 Brentford, lads. We should have lost this game. Free header. And he misses it. Keith Andrews can't believe it. That was the difference between Europa League football for Brentford and not. And it is full time. 1-1. This absolute fucking shit show of a season finally comes to an end. Liverpool won, Brentford won, Liverpool secure Champions League football. Mo Salah and Andy Robertson's careers at Liverpool have come to an end, and boos ring around the ground, I believe, are they? Or is that just people commenting boos in the chat? But look, it is full time. This season is finally over. We can start to hope for some sort of a brighter future now, but let's see what happens. People saying there's not too many boos. Okay, maybe I've seen a lot of boos in the chat. I think that's just people booing in the chat. Oh, Brentford players are very disappointed, and you can understand why. They've come so close. Incredible season for Brentford. Like I said, like I would have had them going down at the start of the season. I would have definitely had them in the relegation zone, and especially when Keith Andrews came in, I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's definitely not going to work. But look, he's proved everyone wrong. He's done a fantastic job there, and For Brentford to just miss out on European football is very disappointing for them. They came so close. They finished ninth as it stands on goal difference as well. Just looking around the grounds here now. So it was 9 minutes added on to the Spurs game, and they need like what 3.5 minutes, need 2 goals. So it is looking like West Ham are on the way down, which is disappointing for them. I have a soft spot for West Ham, to be fair. I don't mind them. Again, nothing against Spurs, but it would just be funny to see them going down. And you would have to imagine Spurs kind of bounce back somewhat next year. Right, give me 1 second. I'm just going to blow my nose. I'm going to mute the mic so you don't have to witness it. Right, I'm back. Empty the slot machine. There we go. I'm going to ask you for your match reactions, but like, does it really matter at this point? Again, we got Champions League, fair play, but yeah, I'm delighted this season's over. At least a few months of no slot ball, and please God, he's gone at some point. Yeah, about 2 minutes left in the Spurs game, and then we have a confirmed league table, which I will go through at the end. Nice to see the lads having a chat with Queevy and Kelleher, of course. I'm sure he's stayed in touch with a lot of lads, given what happened in the summer and the fact that he's been here so long. Nice to see him catching up. Sorry, I missed a few super chats. Need to get back to them. Patrick said, "Do I sound mad when I say finally the season is over?" Not at all. I think we're all feeling that way. I think we're all just delighted at this point that it's over. Like we've sat through enough dross that we can finally say, look, we've got into the Champions League somehow, and let's just hope something can happen or we can turn it around. Again, I'm not too optimistic, but we have to just think some sort of positivity, don't we? James Smith said, Champions League secured. We now go sign 2 new pacey 1v1 wingers and an actual DM and a right back, and we go again. I truly believe next season will be different for us. I really hope so, James. I really hope you're right, especially if we are back in the manager. Then let's just hope it does work ultimately. Like I said, I don't see a world where we're worse than this season. I think we will get better next year, even if Slot is here. But I don't see Slot really competing with the likes of Arteta's Arsenal or Maresca's Man City, because well City aren't going to stand back and let other teams like catch up with them. They're going to spend big this summer, and Maresca's not a bad manager whatsoever. So there's a lot of ground to catch up with, and I just don't think Slot is the man to really compete in that regard. I just don't see us winning the league next year or winning multiple big trophies in the coming years. If that makes sense. Like I know we did last year, but we were already coming off Klopp there, and then like it was a decline, or which way am I going this way? A decline, and like we're down here now rather than up where we used to be, and it's so hard to like climb that again. 1994 sports fanatics said this season felt like a toxic breakup. Glad it's over. Yeah. Um, I do have some sort of relief. I can feel my shoulders are starting to like loosen up again, to be like, oh, finally we've got here, and finally the season's over, and we can start to rebuild somewhat or do something different. Doolittle said, and Alonso will make Chelsea a different animal as well. Yeah, that's just true. And one of my outside shouts for next season is that Chelsea win the league, just due to the fact that like Arsenal will be coming down off a high. Like it's very hard to retain the Premier League title, and then you have the likes of Man City will be going through a transition of some sort. We'll be going through a transition of some sort in regards to whether there's a new manager or if there's just big squad turnover. We're still coming back. While Chelsea, like again, they're in a similar situation to be fair as well, but I think it's going to be a much more open league next year. I feel like it wouldn't shock me if Chelsea just done something crazy, especially with no European football as well. If they could pull something off, like if that Alonso appointment goes right, I could really see Chelsea challenging, which sounds crazy now, but that's my outside shout. Not saying they're going to win the league, but I think they will be up there or thereabouts. Are you doing the player ratings on? I'm not going to bother with player ratings today, to be honest. I'll stay on for another few minutes, just chat with everyone, and then I'll head off. I'd imagine they're doing some sort of thing on the pitch, are they? I'll stay on for that after doing that. Let me just check Twitter. Have a look, see what's going on. Oh, just fuck. It's the reminders. Every time I open my phone, right, I just click onto Twitter. I see new. Ask about potential clubs for Ariola in the future. David Ornstein said, "As far as I know, Liverpool are to continue with Arne Slot, so there's no vacancy there for the time being." Just had to have that shoved in my face, didn't I? Oh, seeing pictures now of Salah just hugging Van Dijk and all this. Salah hugging Henderson as well. Salah hugging Kelleher. There's just so many pictures of Salah hugging everyone. CPG KTU said, "Look, whatever next season brings, we all have to get behind the club. Whoever the manager is and whoever the players are, the season has been the opposite." Yeah, I struggle to know what way I'm going to feel about this because I'll always support the team on the pitch, but I find it very hard to get behind the idea of this manager still being here. Like, obviously, I want Liverpool to do well. I would absolutely love for him to turn it around and completely make me look an idiot. That would be great, but just don't see it. I just don't see it one bit. Right, so we have a quote coming in here from Virgil van Dijk on Champions League qualification. "That's the only positive I think. We will now say goodbye to two legends of the club." Is Connor crying? I don't think so, am I? Am I? Connor, are you crying? No, I don't think so. Any more super chats I've missed? No, up to date. Cool. Full time Spurs 1, Everton nil. Spurs have somehow set up. I can only presume they're running onto the pitch and doing a pitch invasion, yes. Spurs like finally having something to celebrate about, you know? Well done, Connor. I would love Slot to go with Salah to then say, "Ooh, okay, I will stay then." That would be the dream, wouldn't it? But I just don't think it's going to happen. West Ham, of course, have been relegated then, which is not very good news for West Ham fans. Try to think of West Ham fans. I know Jack May, of course. We had Russ on the channel before as well, or Craig was on Russ's channel. He's a nice guy. Um, I feel bad for West Ham, but look, they'll be back. My postman, he's also a West Ham fan, so Enda, if you happen to see this, next time I get a delivery, I won't rub it in too much on you. But yeah, I feel bad for West Ham. To be fair, good club. It's gonna be mad seeing that stadium in the championship, though, isn't it? But they shouldn't be going down with that team. Like, what's gone wrong for West Ham? Is it just I really don't think that squad is bad enough to go down. Like you fully would have expected someone like a Brentford at the start of the year, or like a Leeds or Nottingham Forest maybe, or someone like that. West Ham was a shock. Bowen should be top priority right now due to the market opportunity then Diamande. Yeah, I think there will definitely be movement around Jared Bowen. I'd be shocked if he didn't move. So it'll be interesting to see who else goes in for him, but I think we will definitely be there for him. Husker Chad said, "I don't know how anybody can think Slot is the right man. Liverpool score, opponent equalise, lather, rinse, repeat. It's the same thing week in, week out, isn't it, Chad? Um, and again, like we've said it like a billion times on the channel at this point, but he's not the man to really lead his team forward in any of our opinions." Did anyone confirm? Are they doing like a presentation and speeches on the pitch and all? I presume they are. But obviously, I'm on here. I can't hear the commentary and stuff. Uh, what have we got? I'm happy for Salah smashing most assists. Yeah, that was good. So he beat the record. I think was it 93 games he's now assisted for Liverpool in, beating Steven Gerrard's record of 92. So that was nice. Yet another record for Salah to break before heading off to wherever he's going. Sorry, so many screens open trying to drag something up. Here we go. Slot may not try to speak, he'll get booed into oblivion. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see the reaction if he starts coming on speaking. I can see Ryan Gravenberch being interviewed now. The presentation's on LFC TV and all right, okay. Maybe it's not going to be on my feed then. What do you reckon then, lads? Will I stay on for a few minutes or will I piss off? Working watch farewell. I believe it's on LFC TV farewell. I don't know if like let me just check our like YouTube or Liverpool like streaming it anywhere on YouTube or anything. Would be nice if they streamed it somewhere rather than behind their paywall TV, like, wouldn't it? What channel are you watching? Well, I live in Spain, like I said, so I'm watching Spanish Zone. I could swap over to Sky. Maybe it's on there. Sky'd surely show, wouldn't they? Or not? Yeah, Sky have it. Craig's just confirmed. I'll switch over to that for a few minutes then. Uh, bear with me now 1 second, lads. Sky Sports Plus. Thank you, Craig. Excellent. Cool. What part of Spain? It's a little known place called Wexford. No, I do not live in Spain. It's just my VPN says otherwise, you know. There we go. I have it on now for Sky. Where's Craig? He's at home, like I've said. Stop asking. Like I said, I've said it hundreds. I need to tattoo it across my forehead at this point. Craig is taking a few days to figure out what he wants to do. Well, that's as much info as I have. That's as much info as I can give you. Where's the guard of honour going on now for the lads? Where in Spain? Costa del Ramsgrange. Oh, Richard Hughes is out on the pitch. There he is. He just sees dollar signs everywhere. All he sees is money. King Kenny standing with him, of course, and I get confused on who this guy is. Is Mike Gordon or the other guy? The guy who done round table merchant anyway. Not Mike Gordon. What's his name? I corrected Craig on this like last week the other way around. I can't think what his name is now. Billy Hogan, that's it. Yeah, the round table merchant. So for those asking, it's on Sky Sports Plus, but I don't know what number that is, but they do have the presentations on. I believe LFC TV as well. Where did you say Craig was? North end of Wexford. Liverpool is now liver boring under a slot. There we go. So if you are just joining us, Liverpool have drawn 1-1 with Brentford in the most exciting game of football I've ever seen in my life. West Ham have gone down, Spurs have stayed up, fair play to them. And we're now currently watching the presentations for Mohamed Salah and Andy Robertson. Keane is informed as well as on Liverpool's X as well, so if you want to watch it on there, you can as well. Oh, well, I'm not ready for this. I should just turn off stream so I can have a cry, really, shouldn't I? I have the tissues ready, sorry. Craig is lying down in a darkened room, staring at the ceiling and repeating Slot's name over and over again. Yeah, he's in like a straitjacket, just like Slot. Out. Slot. Out. Like we all are, to be fair. I think mentally all of us are there. Robbo starting to come out here now then. Oh, lads, it's so sad to see him leave, but what a wonderful time he's had at the club. So many memories of Andy Robertson. Forever. I think he'll be my left back in my all time Liverpool 11 for the rest of my life, to be honest. I struggle to see anyone superseding him in this or exceeding what he's achieved at Liverpool. Fair play to him. It was a bad transfer though. We should have kept Kevin Short. Terrible business. Nice to see the Andy Robertson banners in the crowd. Getting a hug from Billy Hogan there. Richard Hughes getting it. Well done, Andy. Goodbye, Andy Robertson. £150,000 a week less. Scottish flags are out in the crowd as well. The tears are rolling, lads. I can see lads crying in the stands. Is Costas actually coming back? Yeah. that's apparently what's happening. Salah's on his way out now. Oh, lads, the tears are coming. Not for me now. I don't cry. Salah getting a proper round of applause as you would expect. Oh, so many memories of this man. Like, this man's been like, what age? Like, I would have been like 17 or 18 when he came into the club. Like, now I'm pushing 30. Jeez, lads, time flies. I start crying over my own mortality here now in a minute, more so than anything. Salah getting a hug off Kirkes and Soboslai there. Hug off Billy Hogan. Richard Hughes again. I'm running out of robot jokes now, to be honest. High five, Mo. Real men do cry. Well, I'm not a real man though. So, I'm still a young fella. I'm not grown up yet. I am nearly 30, but no. The shorts clearly do not match. Well, I don't think that's the main thing here, Motorhome, to be honest. But yes, you are right. The shorts do not match the shirts. Salah taking it in out in centre circle, looking around at the adoring Anfield crowd. Gakpo giving Andy Robertson a push to join him. Oh, lads. Two absolute legends of this football club. The wrong lads are leaving. Yeah, Slot even there. Like, is he after pissing off to Dubai already or what? I haven't seen him. I can't hear it. I presume everyone's singing like the Andy Robertson song or the Salah song here now. Mo Salah or Thierry Henry? Salah. Salah's on the pitch now, not Henry. Slot not there. Yeah, where the fuck's Slot gone, lads? Is he gone? Has anyone seen Arne Slot, lads? Gone back now, let's preparing the speech. This may have been a difficult season, but it is not my fault. I would like to name the following people who are at fault other than me. Mohamed Salah, Mo Salah, M. Salah, Salah 11. Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards are brilliant people, haven't made a single mistake. I love them. Arne Slot, not me. I've crossed that name out. Slot's in line at the airport now as security. He's getting ready to mention PSG. Slot's going to say the good times are coming, seeing his speech. Oh, he's going to go full Ten Hag, isn't he? He didn't create nearly as many polls as Craig does during his streams. He needs to stop slacking. It's not too many polls during a match day usually, is there? I wonder what the number count is on the petition. They ended that petition last week. I think was it like 7.5 million or something, or 8 million, or something around. It was multiple millions anyway. PSG pajamas. Yeah, he's getting ready to put them on. Sorry, I missed this super chat a few minutes ago. Member chat from Mark CTN said, "Thanks for today, Connor. Shame about football." Yeah, just again, not a very good game, but look, we got over the line somehow. It's still not even a win at the end, but It is Liverpool playing Champions League football next year, which is, look, it's one positive. Stop trying to be Craig Light, Connor. It does not suit you. I really don't know what that means, to be honest. Uh, Dave Oscard said Arna left at half time on his way to Ibiza. Yeah, he's definitely on the way to the airport, isn't he? He's flagging down an Uber outside before he's getting ahead of the crowds. He has a flight there at 7:10. Where is John Henry? Yeah, that's a weird one as well. You would expect the owners to be there on the last game of the season, but no. Same Michael Edwards not there either. Do you reckon Darwin can come back? Well, he can. He won't get in. Like, he'll come up to the ground and try to open it, but I don't think his card will actually let him in. Um, Clearly, FSG owners and Edwards want to avoid Anfield in case it got booed out of the place over recent decisions. It does seem like they've just like hidden away, which is again no respect for that. Like, just face up to it. Like, you're going to get criticised, you might as well just go to the game and see these legends off. Like, maybe they'll appear out of nowhere now in 5 minutes' time, but the fact that Slot wasn't there for that was very weird, and the fact that John Henry and at least one of him or Michael Edwards or someone should be there. Like, I know like Billy Hogan is there and Richard Hughes, but should be more of them. A little bit off topic, but Sunderland getting Europa League is a huge achievement. Yeah, fair play to them. Like, they've done a fantastic job there. Like, again, a lot of people would have said they had a very high chance of going down this year, and to get into the Europa League is fair play. But it will be interesting to see how they get on next year now. Like, you see a lot of clubs like this who do very good and then get into Europe and then they struggle with the capacity of games and everything. So it will be interesting to see, can they kind of stay at this level next year or will they struggle? Because um who was it, Brighton a couple of years ago done this and then they like nearly went down the following year. It's just it does happen that teams overperform and then the Europa League kind of just drags them down a bit. If Slot speaks to the fans, they should boo him relentlessly. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens there if he does come out and speak. Again, I can only presume he's preparing his speech. Slot post match day. The low block was too strong this season. We scored 2 little goals. 1 goal is not bad at Anfield. That fucking Villa Park one really pissed me off. It's like, you can see 4 goals to Villa, and he comes out saying, "Yeah, well, we scored 2 at Villa Park. That's good." It's like, is it? Is that good? Like, yes, if we score 2 and don't concede, that's good. But to score 2 goals in the game we concede 4 in is not exactly great, is it? Um, I'm seeing to find the info. So, like, what is actually happening there? There you go. Salah's daughter scored a goal in front of the cop. Apparently, I've missed that on my stream. That's a tradition at this point. Jordan Henderson. For me personally, coming back here was an emotional day for me. The reaction when I went off was incredible. I had goosebumps. I didn't get to see the fans before I left. My family were here. It was emotional. Yeah, like I said, well, nice for him to get a bit of a send off when he came off as well, and getting to hug all the Liverpool players, get a proper standing ovation from the Anfield crowd, which he never got when he left. So look, it's nice for Jordan Henderson, isn't it? Chris Williams said a fitting end to the season. A lot needs to change over the summer. Oh, here's Salah's daughter now scoring. Oh, what a finish! Oh, it's on the line. It didn't go in. Stick it in. Hey, nearly left the ball in the lines. We're doing our best Cody Gakpo impression there. So Chris Williams, a fitting end to the season. A lot needs to change over the summer. Attitude, set up, approach, and work rate from all top to bottom, on and off the pitch, players and staff. Questionable tactics and half-arsed effort levels cannot be the norm of this club. So completely agree with Chris. Like, he was one of the ones who was really pushing for just the pressure to be put on Slot, really, and he's not wrong in what he said there. Like, it's just been this game has summed up our season, really, hasn't it? All the comments in the official stream just say Slot out. I'm not surprised. Even if you look at all the press conferences, like the abuse he gets. Like, I know we slate him on here every day, but my God, like, the actual, like, targeted abuse he gets and death threats and all sorts on the official channel is crazy. Connor, are there import charges on the collector's corner item sent to Ireland? Yes, there is definitely at some times. I don't know what the percentage is and stuff, but yes, there is, unfortunately, which is, yeah, it's quite annoying, but look, that's everything coming from England, is that way? Oh, Salah's in tears, lads. Do you want to set me off? Andy Robertson there with all of his kids on the pitch as well. So have we had confirmation that is Slot doing a speech or not? I presume he is, but I can't see any confirmation of it. Robbo came as a lad but leaves a man. Yes, that was not something he said as well. The guy's born in Glasgow but made in Liverpool, and it's not wrong. He's become a hell of a man since he's come here, and he'll be sorely missed, like on and off the pitch. I'm sure he was a huge thing in the dressing room. Um, Solly Main D86 said, I still think Arna will be sacked after this game. I think FSG just didn't want the news to affect the final game. I just struggle to believe it at this point. I think it would have announced something about mutual consent or mutual decision to leave if that was the case. So I think, again, it was very, very unlikely we weren't going to be getting into the Champions League with this game. So I just don't see it personally. I just think they would have announced it already if they were going to in that regard. Never say never, but I don't know. How will Slot improve us next season when we look bang average? I think just players bedding in, maybe some new signings that hit the ground running, maybe some tweaks to the backroom staff. I think like we probably will look slightly better, like players come back from injuries and stuff. But again, I really struggle to see us making a step up in a huge way. I think we'll be better because we've been beyond horrendous this year. I don't think we can be any worse than this year. But again, I'm not at all backing the manager. I'm not at all saying he's going to bring us back to the top, but we have to be slightly better at least, don't we? Hi Connor, haven't been on a while. Is Craig gone? Um, Not gone, but not here at the minute. We'll put it that way. So Craig's taking a few days away to figure out what he wants to do long term. I'm filling in for today because like last game of the season, I said I'd do it, might as well. But yeah, I don't know what's going on long term. Right, lads, I might head off. I might end the stream now. It doesn't look like anything much is happening here. If Flock comes out and announces he's leaving or something mad, I'll come back on. But for the time being, I think I'm going to head off, get something to eat, um, go cry into my pillow as Slot, and not Slot, that's wishful thinking. I'm going to go cry as Salah and Robertson are leaving Liverpool Football Club. Thank you very much for joining me today. I really enjoyed this. The game was terrible and all, but I did really enjoy um, just interacting with everyone, having a chat, getting through this. I don't really get to come on live very often, so it was nice to experience this. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you very soon. Again, no long-term answers on Craig just yet, but we will let you know what's happening when we know. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful evening.